Alright, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we are back for some more Pyre Community RITE NITE, which means some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre featuring first and foremost the members of the RITE Club Discord server, which means, if you are unfamiliar, this group right here, you can join by clicking on that link right there. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. There you can see all the various options that you have in terms of requests, including things like choosing players' exiles, masteries, talismans, songs, arenas, even Titan stars is all fair game. And that, of course, means that we are back to our usual method here, our usual course of operations. Of course, last week we finished our Jomir Cup, and so, well, needless to say, we are probably going to spend a fair bit of time either talking about the end results in terms of who the champion was and or the specific teams and strategies that people use. So this is your warning. If you have not yet seen the Jomir Cup, we did it over the course of 2 weeks. First week, the group stage. Second week, the brackets elimination style until we eventually crowned our champion. If you have not yet seen that and you want to make a point of seeing that without us spoiling it for you, then that stuff is all on YouTube. I've posted it there. But this is your last warning, because I imagine we'll be talking about that a fair bit today. But anyways, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode here, and let me jump into said Discord group. Hey, iRotor, how's it going? Let's see. Whatcha? Alright, I am now in said Discord group. Well, let me reset ourselves here as well. Oh, well, I guess I'll do that. I will leave sermon intro on. Alright. So, with all that being said, that does mean we're looking for a couple of people here to get us started today. So if there is anyone in chat who is interested in getting us started, then let me know. Be happy to get you in. Let me make sure I have Steam friends up and running. Do I? I don't believe I do. Whatcha? Okay, now that's ready. Yeah, because it's always interesting to see. I think that over the past couple tournaments, at least, we've seen people break out some new strategies, or at least experiment a bit with some new strategies, and then soon thereafter, in the general RITE Nights, we've seen those types of ideas get floated around a little bit more. People tend to experiment with them a little bit more. Oh man, iRotor is starting things off big here. Ball of Solium from the get-go. And yes, of course, for the tournament, we had limited the number of things we were allowing people to request because we wanted to keep the competitive nature of the tournament. But now we are back to having everything on the table. So we are back to our usual course of operations here. What's up, Core? What's up, Amanda? How's it going? Yeah, we're still looking for a couple people to jump in here. We're just getting started. So if you would like to, you are welcome to jump in here. Amanda as well. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. Let me... And Anor, how's it going? How's it going? It sounds like Amanda and Core are the first ones to express interest here, so let's get them in. Let's see, invite sent to you, and invite sent to you too. Also, little heads up here, as it turns out, apparently, I'm not sure why this happened, but apparently we got access to additional emojis. We got a bunch just before the tournament, and I added those in, so we have some new ones. If you have not been here the past couple of weeks, check those out, both for followers and for subscribers, so even if you're not subscribed to the channel, you may have some new emojis to play around with. But we have additional slots available to us for subscribers, so let me know if there's anything in particular you guys feel like you'd like to have an emoji, you know, an idea, a thought, an emotion to express. I try to do them that are sort of ones that are sort of themed around specific Pyre inside jokes that we have, but of course, if you feel like there's just a more generic thing that perhaps we are currently lacking, then let me know, and perhaps we can get it made and ready to go for next week. Thrashback as well, okay, okay. A Gilman love, that is what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of, was having some kind of love emoji. I was thinking of either, I think the one I was thinking of was Tizo, doing a Tizo love, but it could be Gilman. I don't know, how do we feel between Tizo versus Gilman love? I forget if in Supergiant or other Pyre / Supergiant Discord groups if there's a Gilman love. There's the Gilman, like, rage one. Yeah, there is a Gilman love, right? There is. It's the one that says just like a close-up of his face, I think. I mean, whatever it is, I'd probably end up making it myself, and so I probably wouldn't just recycle one that other people have used, which could potentially be reason to go Tizo over Gilman, but we'll see. Alright, oh, I did not even hear the sound effect, but it seems like we have at least one of those two in here. Let me double check here.
Hey, Vids.
Yeah?
Your controller's connected, so I'm player 3.
Oh.
You might want to fix that.
There we go. Oh, what, you don't want to be player 3? Alright, my controller is no longer plugged in. Let me see if remote play is still trying to make you player 3, though. Watcha. Oh, apparently I've accidentally opened the Pyre Steam page. Thanks, but no thanks. We already have that. Yeah, it is trying to make you player 3. Okay, so let's make Amanda player 1 or player 2. Now we should be good. Throw that back on. Let me get you guys set up here. So, let's just verify. Amanda, are you looking like you're player 1 here? Looks like Corey is player 2 now. There we go. Merlin's in town tonight? Excuse me. Beyonders for you tonight, Amanda? What? What is this? This is new. Get you guys set up here. Oh man, hot take. Like their colors better. I mean, I think I've said this several times before, but once upon a time, Beyonders may have been, in fact they were, the most popular of all the triumvirates, and that day has just seemingly come and gone. But it's good to see them get a little bit of love again. I think Fate, as of late, have become the most popular, so to see someone convert from Fate to Beyonders, it's a sight to be seen. Yeah, I don't know, chat. This moment might go down in history. Tempers, Dissidents, and True Nightwings. We have a lot of Dissidents people. They just don't play that often. Like, Arumi sometimes goes Dissidents. He kind of goes back and forth between Dissidents, and I think Essence is usually his other one. So he doesn't really have one that he's fully locked in on. But of course, there's Artemis Fowl, who is very much a Dissidents person, but he doesn't get the chance to play very often. I think it's, we're starting up pretty late for him. True Nightwings, though, and that's one that I think is the backup for countless people, but just not the first choice for anyone, for whatever reason. But anyways, let's get things started here for our first rite of the night. We have one for Fall of Solium. We're starting off in style. We'll get the sermon intro on, and then Thrashback as well. So let us begin.
of Solium. Each of you seeks to be free from this forsaken land. Prevail and step closer to freedom. Prepare yourselves, Beyonders. Pyre hearts, stand ready. Who shall...
Alright, so no requests regarding your team composition here, so that is entirely up to you. As I was saying, we may see people start to experiment some more with some of the strategies that people unveiled through the tournament. So it'll be Amanda starting off with a more aggressive offensive imp there. We're going with a nutritionistic Volfred in the first spot, not something we tend to see coming from Core. And Speedy Jody with the additional starting Pyre life. Prayer Bead saluting Pamitha. Make that 2 Prayer Beads saluting Pamithas. Core going with a Ninja Stowaway here, but experimenting with, yes, some Cursed Talismans, it seems. Alright, we'll have to see how that plays out for him. It's a bold strategy. We got the Thrash back, of course. Here's Nutritionistic Volfred. Oh, trying to set a sapling on top of Amanda's Pyre. That is devious. That is cruel. But it is set up now, and that does give a relatively safe place here, close to Amanda's Pyre. Oh, the game is still set to Mass Effect 3. Okay, no worries. Thank you. I can switch that around. Excuse me? Excuse me, Core? I see. I see. So it was all an elaborate plan. All an elaborate plan to sabotage this match. How very interesting. In case you haven't noticed, Volfred and the rest of Core's team is currently flying on the edge of the arena. There's nothing to see here, really. Nothing at all. Nothing out of the ordinary, don't worry.
Sorry, Volfred.
Let's see. Can Core do anything with the orb in this state? Can he retrieve it, or is it stuck there for all of eternity at this point? He can teleport to the orb using the stowaway, although... Oh yes, no, Pamitha as well. There is seemingly an invisible wall there where, well, the edge of the arena is. So this will be an interesting test of all the game's limits. Amanda may also be an invisible little speck. I believe that may be the case. Amanda, I believe, is that tiny little white speck close to where Volfred currently is. That is blinking around and banishing several of Core's characters whenever Core starts to make a move here. Now everyone is gone on Core's side. Amanda is seemingly on top of the orb there, but cannot pick it up. These two have... I don't know if they have conspired to set up such a thing, or if this was purely Core's doing. But you gotta 360 throw it, of course. The 360 no-scope is the only way to conclude this type of round. I believe Core can still score here. Alright, Amanda now has some visible characters. That is also an improvement, I believe. I think it is just that neither player is voluntarily scoring here. Both are trying to go through every possible way they can see breaking the game. And, well, they have largely succeeded here. Yes, Amanda also has two characters, or at least one character, that is outside the bounds of the arena. We shall see if either player attempts to score here, or if they attempt to, well, just get back to the Commonwealth. I mean, supposedly, the Thalassolium is the closest location to the Commonwealth in all of the downside, so perhaps this is the breakthrough that every member of the downside, every person living the downside, has just been waiting to find. Could this be the way through? The real secret to how one reaches liberation. It could be. It could be. Amanda is running away with Jody, seeing just how high up she can go, but may be stuck here, trying to find a way down, but cannot past Fulfred. She does still have a portal out here, so she can return to this location. Meanwhile, Core's trying to get the orb out of here. Amanda is retrieved, is out of sight with the imp, has gotten rid of the orb. Amanda, thinking about it. Core trying to set that sapling outside the bounds of the arena. I was like, oh, what is happening right now? I don't understand. Good question. Good question. In short, both players seem very committed to breaking the game. Now, can either player find a way to retrieve the orb in its current state and score? I mean, Core I think, has retrieved it now. And has, tried to give it to the Stowaway. The orb is back. Oh, but the Stowaway can't pick it up. She has Black Hoof. So even with the Stowaway down here, Core still unable to score. He can teleport to the orb, but that's all he can do until he gets someone else back. Fulfred is back for Core. In theory, he does have Pantha. Yes, she is in the main area of the arena. He is seemingly just repeatedly using the Savage Salute directly on top of the orb to continuously teleport to the orb and just throw it straight up in the air and catch it and drop it. Now making moves with Fulfred. He's charging up the throw. Thinking about it. Maybe. Maybe not. You can see the gears turning. He throws and catches his own throw, and away he goes. Away goes Fulfred. He gets banished by the nearly invisible white speck that is currently Amanda. Once again, Stowaway can teleport to the orb, but she can't pick it up because she has Black Hoof. Here comes the white speck. And that is enough to, banish, actually, well, several characters here. Amanda still has that little white speck outside the bounds of the arena. It's coming for the Stowaway. Stowaway's gotta run. I have lost it. Oh, okay, well, now Amanda going through the portal with Pamitha. And passes it to what was previously the invisible character, who is outside the bounds of the arena even more so. Core tries to teleport to that character and may have banished them with the Stowaway in doing so. I believe Core is still up there with the Stowaway right now and cannot pick up the orb. May be doing the same thing we saw him doing in the arena previously, where because he can't pick up the orb when he has Black Hoof, he's just throwing it straight up in the air and catching it. He's basically juggling it. Okay, switches over to Fulfred. I'm somewhat surprised he's able to do, given the current state of the Stowaway, where she kind of sort of has the orb. Or at least, so I thought. And they're so high up in the arena that you can actually start to see the Pyre logo in the top right corner. Amanda is stuck. Core, perhaps trying to switch places with the Stowaway using Pantha's Salute, but may not be close enough to do that. Right now, Amanda moving in with Jodariel. And Fulfred is in there as well. Sets up the sapling. Jody gets banished. trying to jump into that sapling. So the stowaway has disappeared for Core. I thought she was up here, but she may be all the way over there. Volfred has been banished. Core is, in theory, currently controlling the stowaway, wherever she may be. Now she goes down. Okay, so yes, she was up there. That leaves Core with just Pamitha. Now Volfred is back. He tries to go up there, but he gets banished. Amanda has taken the orb with Jody. Or at least, so I thought. Unless Core is teleported to it with the stowaway. No, I think that is what happened. Amanda, I think, is trying to find the stowaway. There she is, okay? Orb remains unclaimed. Amanda trying to get it over there. Core teleports to it. So he's probably juggling it off screen right now, but no, stowaway down. Amanda going straight up, trying to find it with Jody, but it seems like it is way up there. Where is it? Seems as though neither player can get to it. Of course, Core can teleport to it with the stowaway, but in doing so, the stowaway cannot pick it up because she has Black Hoof. In theory, Core may be able to teleport, yes, to get Pamitha up there. I believe he is now done. And now Pamitha may be able to get it back. Wherever she may be. Or perhaps a little bit lost with Pamitha at the moment. I believe, yes, Amanda also has Jody up there. Jody goes lumbering forward. Jody salutes for what it's worth. No praise and manner, but just to assert dominance, naturally. Yes, I have been informed that Mass Effect is currently the game that I have listed here. I'll switch it as soon as this match is over. I think Core is truly lost here. Switching from one character to the next and cannot find any of them, seemingly. While the orb, I believe, is also completely lost at this point. So I think both players have successfully made themselves stuck. In which case, it was a fun meme. We all had a laugh. But at the end of the day, I think we might quite literally be stuck here for all of eternity. So I think we now, unless one of you can truthfully retrieve that orb here, I think we may need to reset. We may need to reset, unless Core can get it with Volfred here and bring it back down, which, I mean, I think that... Oh! Someone's done it! Might be the juggling stowaway again, though. It is not Amanda. So it's whoever Core has with it. And so I think it is the stowaway, and she can't pick it up. So she's stuck there. Amanda might have taken it back now. Alright, oh no. Core has it, and has passed it back down. So we are no longer stuck here. Perhaps the show can go on. It's Amanda. With Messenger Imp. And we have perhaps the longest round ever. It might even compete with those triple sap setups. Core charge up the throw, and that makes it in here for 25 damage. Pamitha for Core. Back to Volfred, back to Pamitha. Pamitha to Volfred, Volfred banished. Jody for Amanda. Eyeing that portal, goes through it. Just a stowaway back to defend. But that is sufficient. But she can't pick up that orb. So Core gets it with Volfred. And still has Pamitha near the opposing Pyre. Switches over to the stowaway, but she can't pick it up, so she loses it. Now Amanda. Biding some time. For whatever reason. Has what seems to be a relatively clear pathway to the Pyre. Did Core get himself stuck now on the bottom part of the arena? It looks as though he may have with Volfred here. So we saw it at the top. They were raising the roof, now Core is bringing down the house, but meanwhile, Amanda scores here once again with the imp. Wolfred, his throw,
What a little splash.
goes for just 14 here, a little bit faster than usual. Not the maximum amount of damage.
Now to the flame.
Wolfred with it back here. Meanwhile, Amanda banishes the rest of Core's characters and sets up a dangerous portal, which she goes through and plunges for 30 damage, dropping Core to just 4. Of course, he does have Wolfred, and so very well may have some rekindling here. Stowaway can't pick it up with the Cursed Talisman, but she can juggle it. And, well, if you are looking for the best way to spam your team's name, that may be it. Ametha blocked. Switches into Wolfred, though. Amanda, waiting to get reinforcements back. But just biding some time. Has been quite aggressive offensively with Messenger Imp here. Has all the damage on him, remember.
A blessing keeps
There is the rekindling triggered. It's 10. So that means Core now on his second light bar, and means likely next score for Amanda would finish the job, regardless of who it is. Stowaway, once again, cannot pick up the orb. Here comes Jody. Somehow avoids the defenders. Sidesteps the Pyre, and then plunges for the win. So there you have it. One of the memeiest of matches we have ever seen.
themselves stood by their side. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Hi there.
So, you guys had to have planned that in advance, right?
No, that just came organically.
Yeah, we just, yeah,
Sure it did.
it just made sense.
Of course. Alright, give me just a second here. Let me make sure that we are actually listing Pyre as our game, but, Alright, there we go. Now it should say Pyre. May technically need to refresh the stream for that to pop up, but, wild indeed. Wild indeed. So let's see, it was... Iroder made the request for the arena, and then Core and Amanda were in for the match. I did happen to notice. That several of you were hanging out, doing some casual matches before RITE NITE began.
Very casual.
Did raise a bit of an eyebrow, make me wonder perhaps you guys were experimenting with some new strategies of some variety.
That's gonna be the meta in 2 years. You watch.
I mean, it's very good defensively. If your opponent can't get the orb from you, then
I mean,
they can't score.
I'd rather play this than play against Oralek.
Oh man, well, so there you have it. There is the memeiest of matches. But let us know, chat, if there's anything else you want to see. I mean, hard to follow that one up, of course. Not sure how you build off that. But I suppose that is a good way to get us back into the post-tournament setting, in which, you know, needless to say, things perhaps not as competitive. More a matter of experimenting with different setups, having some fun with it, trying out some new things. Such as, you know, spending 90% of the match outside the bounds of the arena. I mean, you had to know that I was gonna roll with it. Like, I'm all about the memes. I'm all about the memes. I mean, once it looked like potentially you were both stuck, that part where it looked like the orb was just so far out.
Yeah.
And it looked like you guys were trying to find it, but you genuinely could not find it.
Yeah, no,
And then-
that's exactly what was happening. Yeah.
And then Core teleported to the orb with a stowaway, and then I could tell he was trying to switch places to get Pamitha over there to take the orb, But needless to say, you guys are struggling a bit to get the orb back in bounds. It's like, okay,
Slightly.
maybe we do need to reset at this point. You've made your point. Did you guys deliberately not put or mute yourselves so that you're not cracking up the entire time?
Yeah, well, we just stayed in the other channel.
Yeah, we were in the other channel.
Okay. So you guys definitely were coordinating in that case. But anyways, it was fun. All right, well, how about we just relax a little bit here for this next one? We'll have a nice normal rite in which, maybe we'll spend the majority of it actually in the arena. Who knows? We'll have to see.
I mean, all laughs aside, that
Oh, come on,
33
no.
damage imp was
I mean,
real.
yeah, you got a lot of damage from it. I mean, for a little while, it looks like Core was going to continue to mess around outside the arena, and Amanda's like, okay, I mean, while you're at it, I'm just going to casually go over here and score with a 33 damage imp. Don't mind me. Alright, but Honora has turned off Customize. So, no, it will not be a normal, right? That means we will get random exiles, masteries, and talismans, and we won't even know what they are in advance. So, it'll be a bit of a guessing game, trying to figure out what people have. So, that is always a lot of fun. Let's begin. Yeah, I really like it. I'm a fan of turning off Customize. I feel like that's, in some ways, it's the real test of your Pyre skills. When you don't know what you're going to have, you could have a really unconventional setup. You need to find a way to make it work. Let's see, so Amanda has 2 imps and a demon. Core has Pamitha, Almer, and Volfred. So it looks like Amanda, very defensive team. Core with a fairly well-rounded team, actually somewhat similar to what he was using last time. A Sap and a Savage, much like he was doing before. Actually, exactly the same setup as last time, of course, at least from a class standpoint. There's Core plunging for 20, and it looks like Amanda started with just 90 Pyre life, so I have to imagine that means Core had the talisman that deals 10 damage to Amanda's Pyre at the beginning. Looks like Core does not have the salute for Pamitha, so in terms of his mastery setup, it is different. Here comes Core plunging for 20. Meanwhile, both players going around checking all their salutes, and okay, so Amanda does have Brazen Manor on Vizboleth. Sets it up here, but gets banished. That leaves Amanda defenseless. And time for the throw here. 20 damage coming from Almer. Almer's back. Oh, intercepted Luminous Idol there on one of Amanda's imps. So that means he'll get full stamina whenever he picks up the orb. Winged Fury on Pantha, so she'll get faster after banishing someone. She's blocked here, though. And Banisho Mooncrest on Pamitha. Okay, so she has the chance of coming back more quickly from banishment. And it did happen that time. She has returned. So we're learning. That's Luminous Idol in. Oh, and Almer, has the orb do its weird thing where it moves all over the place after you pick it up. And that was the difference between scoring and not scoring. But does follow up here for a quick 9 damage throw, and that is significant. So that means even with a full damage Almer score, it will not be enough for Core here. Of course, there is a non-zero chance that somebody has the Rekindling Talisman. Of course, Core does have Volfred and therefore may have the normal source of Rekindling. But that will do the trick. The plunge from Volfred finishes the job.
Good game.
What a crushing victory it was. The
GG.
ceremony is complete.
I think I had meta Ninja Savage.
Oh, wild.
What was your, could you tell what your talisman was?
I think it was Frozen Soul, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
You had Frozen Soul on one of them. I saw the
Yeah.
little icon pop up at the beginning to the right.
Until the next rite.
I don't really, other than that, I don't really know any of the talismans.
I wanted to check if I had Celestial Spike on my demon, but I couldn't check. I know that I did have Brazen Manor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were definitely on the left side there at least a bit, so it's certainly possible.
I didn't have Last Laugh on either of my imps,
Ooh, that's
That was
unfortunate.
very fortunate for me.
but I did have portals on both, so that's weird.
All right, well,
Did you try
chat.
Did you try to salute?
Oh, no, I didn't. I forgot imps had a
Oh,
salute.
yeah, that's possible. That could have been
Yeah.
it. But let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to see for the next one. Let us turn customize back off, or back on, in the meantime, before we forget. Not seeing anything at the moment, though. So perhaps now we go with our usual rites, without any specific requests. We had a crazy one at the very beginning, then we had customized turned off, so we did all the chaotic stuff from the get-go. Now perhaps we have our first actual quote-unquote warm-up rite, although, that being said, at this arena, let's just say it has a bit of a reputation for being a location in which people tend to use a specific chaotic setup. It'll be a Ring Jody. She will have infinite stamina at the beginning of a round, assuming that Amanda takes that other ring on one of her other exiles. Foregrown Luminous Idle Harp, a strategy initially developed by SSC. One that I think we may have seen a little bit of making a comeback in the tournament. Perhaps from SSC. Oh. Well. Amanda with a very large team. Foregrown with the Salute and Titan Tooth. So stunning anyone that he runs into there. And, yes. Not only will Amanda's team be large, but so will her Pyre Life. That is over 200 at that point. I believe took all the starting Pyre Life buffs from the demons, plus starting Pyre Life Talisman. So your starting Pyre Life cannot get any higher than that, and then 4 finishing up with Bullfred. Here we go, it is 235 Pyre Life from Amanda, and took that infinite stamina ring onto those demons, meaning that they'll be super speedy at the beginning of the rounds and rides that momentum into the Pyre. The core counters here with a 20 damage plunge from Pamitha. She did not have prayer beads though, I believe she was the Titan Tooth Harp. And now it's Jody plunging for 30. This time, Pamitha blocked. His Paleth banished. That leaves just Ignarius here for Amanda. Banishes one defender. Oh, and Core gets Volfred in there using the Harp Salute. But Amanda able to fend it off. Gets it out of his Paleth. Back to Ignarius. Knocks back one defender. And nearly makes it in, but gets blocked just in time. Oh, and the deflecting aura off the sapling takes Amanda out here. Time for Core. Thought about using the Salute, but apparently that is not the correct harp for that. Now Amanda has some people back to defend. And defend she does. Oh, can't get the orb before the sapling comes up, though. So here comes Core with Volfred. As reinforcements. Switches over to Volfred. Charging up the throw for 19 damage. That is a lot of Pyre Life Core needs to chip away at. And nearly makes it in, but has everyone banished here. That means plenty of time here for Amanda. Throw this one in for the full 30 damage. Drops Core down to just 10 Pyre Life. Does have Bullfred, and so likely does have Rekindling. But it's Core this time for 20. And that was not with a Prayer Beads Harp. That means Core now down one character. There is the super speedy Infinite Stamina Demon. Just gliding around the Pyre, but cannot make it in. Duel in front of Core's Pyre here. Which lives were lost. The Core emerges with Tamitha. She's blocked, but Titan Tooth stuns Amanda here, giving Core time to banish one other defender. And stun another. Which is into Volfred. Volfred can just plunge here for 25. he does not have prayer beads either, so he's gone for this round. Ooh, double banishment there for Core, setting up this plunge. And that is, again, the super speedy demon plays with infinite stamina, and there is the rekindling getting triggered. It is 70. So not only the maximum rekindling from Volfred's Masteries, but also the rekindling talisman, that must mean. 4. Trying to make it past that one demon, but they have been stunned with Titan Tooth. Oh, and I don't believe 4 had the banishment he was looking for there. Went in between both demons as if he was perhaps looking for a fell swoop, but didn't have it. So banish no one, and now it's Amanda on the counter. That attack is thwarted. 4 still with the harp near Amanda's Pyre. But it's Amanda on the attack, and Amanda who plunges here for 30. No prayer beads on Vispaleth. She's out for this round, and it's Core countering for 20 here. Now Core down one player. Amanda, quick counter. Again, those infinite stamina demons are extremely quick. Drops Core down to just 10 Pyre life. This is his second life bar. He has already seen that rekindling. That means next Core would likely do the trick for Amanda. Whereas Core, well, I mean, we saw how much Pyre life Amanda started with, so 20 damage here means only now is Core getting Amanda below what would normally be the place where people would start with their Pyre life. Amanda seemingly jumps over the Pyre, but this time makes it in for the winning plunge.
They overwhelmed their adversaries utterly.
GG.
The rite is ended.
You get extra Pyre life. You get extra Pyre life. You get rekindling. You get rekindling.
Until the stars align.
Alright, well, chat, let us know what you want to see for the next one. That was just an impromptu match in which both players took whatever they wanted to take. Just so happened they both went very aggressively with their Pyre life. Sailor, did you see the first match? Don't know if you saw the chaos that ensued.
Yeah, Phaler was in the other voice chat.
Oh, he was. Okay, so he knew. He was in on it.
Oh, yeah, he actually wasn't though.
He actually wasn't though? He could hear you talking. He saw it.
Yeah.
But he wasn't part of the plan.
He went into there. From there, he just saw everything you saw.
Alright, well, not seeing any requests here from chat, so why don't we get into the next one here? Yeah, I don't know. I need to make a highlight for that one. Save that one.
The Beyonders shall now face.
Good timing, man, Phaler. Good timing. Well, we're on the boat. So the memes certainly could continue here. An arena that is well known for its black magic and is particularly potent when it comes to, yes, demons. Orlek, more so than the others. Just grab your popcorn. Good idea. Knew something was up. Yeah, I saw them hanging out in one of the other channels before RITE NITE started, and I thought, this looks a little peculiar to me. Okay, both players starting with demons here, so you wonder if they're going to try to go for the full arena slam dunks, the way that I think only demons can do. Crones, I don't know if anyone's really tried doing it with a crone. I think you can get a fairly dramatic slam dunk with them on the boat, but not quite literally full arena slam dunk that you get from demons at times. Does, of course, take some luck. But we will see if anyone can pull it off. Last one here for Core. Does seem he's been using a lot of Volfred today already. Supposed to be extra rekindling as well. Yeah. Alright, so here we go. Back on the boat, and whoa! Well, if Amanda did have the orb, then that probably would have been a long enough jump to make it in for the full arena slam dunk, but it is Core with the orb, and Core throwing it in for 24 here. Core loses the orb. Now here's Amanda with Orlek, backs it up. Eyeing it. Whoa, so close! Inches away. Inches away. Gotta respect the effort, though. Gotta respect the attempt. Of course, does mean now that Volfred, or rather Orlek, is out for this series for Amanda, so she'll have to wait until she can try that one again. So here's Core on the attack with Volfred. He's banished. Stowaway. She's banished. The Core does have Ignarius. It is a little bit harder to pull off the full arena jumps with the slower demons. Orlek, of course, has the additional quickness that the usual demons do not have. But it is, I think, still theoretically possible. Just, yes, more difficult. Oh, and some schmoves there from the Stowaway. Back and forth until eventually he finds the angle to set up that throw. Bertrud down. Here comes Orlek, and I'm not sure if the jump got initiated from the full way back, but it was still quite a long-range slam dunk, that one. Banishment's here. Stowaway for Amanda. Hops the other side, but she's blocked. And banished. Four with Bertrud. He's banished. Amanda taking out all the defenders and setting up a portal in the process. Core currently defenseless, giving Amanda plenty of time to throw this one in for 20. Orlek is back. He's making moves here, but he does get banished. That means it is a painful 26 seconds before he returns now. Unless Amanda can find another way to make him return. Well, Core plunging is one of those ways, but of course it means that Core deals 30 damage in the process. Here is Orlek. This time a more straightforward plunge. Four. Bertrud doesn't quite make the direct jump in, but follows it up, making in the 30 damage there. Orlek banished. That is painful again for Amanda, but thankfully does have Wed Lanthorn to bring him back, so he has returned already. Stowaway's throw is intercepted by Volfred. Volfred banished, though, and that means no defenders at the moment for Core. That sets up this 20 damage throw from the Stowaway for Amanda. It drops Core down to 6 Pyre Life, but as we saw, he has a lot of rekindling, and there is the prone salute from Core, setting up the winning plunge.
Good game.
Good game.
GG.
That's gonna be it from me. I can't stay long tonight. Maybe I'll be back later tonight, but for now, I'm out.
Alright, no worries. Thanks for stopping by, Amanda.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the games. See ya.
Of course. See you around.
Until the stars align.
Alright, so that means we'll be looking for at least one more person to jump in here, and Core, just to check in on you, are you good to stick around? You want to swap out as well? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good to stick around.
Okay. So in that case, yeah, chat, we're looking for one more here. If anyone would like to hop in. Amanda is swapping out. Let me see. Amanda may have already left, but if not, let me give her the boot. So yeah, anyone from chat who would like to hop in here, let us know. Don't worry, Core doesn't bite unless it is the Can of Aub, in which case, you know, what Bottled Void strats, maybe that does qualify. Not seeing any volunteers at the moment. Oh, unless There we go. Alright, Failure hopping in right now. Let's do that. Let's do that. Failure, I think you may need to boot up Steam. I'm not currently seeing you. But once you do, happy to get you in. Well, now you would like to watch my broadcast. Ah, Failure. Oh, Failure. Why are you not? Why you're still not showing up? Even though you say you want to watch the broadcast, you're still not showing up on Steam. This makes no sense.
I have to go to the bathroom real quick.
Alright, no worries. No worries. In a second to get Failure in here anyway. Like, does Steam think you're offline? Is that what it is? Does Steam just not acknowledge your existence?
I'm definitely online.
Ow, I see you. Okay. There we go. Alright, and as we saw on previous occasions, can you guys still see this little thing here saying Failure wants to watch the broadcast? You can. Okay. One moment. Let me just do... think that gets rid of it? Yeah. Alright, and let me swap around the names here. Failure, I have a question for you. I mean, you apparently have now lost one of your Fate teammates. I'm afraid that Amanda has deserted the Fate and has sided now with the Beyonders. What do you have to say? Fate numbers grow thin.
Yeah, sad day for the Fate mates. But, we'll persevere.
I mean, I still think it might be, at this moment in time, the triumvirate that has the most people playing for it. So I think the Fate numbers are still fairly strong here. And Failure, you are player 1, right?
Yeah, that's me moving around.
Okay, great. And I think I just heard Core say he's back. Awesome. So chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see between these two, although, of course, this will be Failure's first match of the night, so perhaps we'll give him a chance to warm up a bit here, and maybe that means that Core will proceed to jump around the arena and outside the bounds of the arena, or maybe it'll be Balded Void, or maybe it'll be something entirely different. So will it actually be a warm-up? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But either way, let's get started here. Alright, it is the Glade of Liu. And no requests here at all, so you're free to take whatever you'd like. And it's a Ninja Almer in the first spot there for Failure. Then Titan Tooth Gilman in the first spot for Core. Now Web Lanthorn Raji, so Fate member number 2 out of 3. Foregoing Prayer Beads, Crone Salute. So look out for that. Means they'll be able to transform all of Failure's Exiles into defenseless Howlers once during this rite. Then Failure goes all left side, so that means Harp Salute, as well as Titan Tooth, so stunning anyone that he flies into. Then Core with the power casting Snadra here to round things out. And here we go, the first match between Failure and Core today. When Failure did take the banishing throws, it seems, on Almer. I think we saw him do that several times during the tournament. something that it didn't seem like he had done all that often before then. But perhaps has become his talisman of choice with Ulmer. There it is, banishing throws once again, although Kor gets someone back. Gilman now to Snadra. Back to Gilman. I was about to bring back Bertrude, but she respawned the old-fashioned way. Snadra blocked and banished. Ulmer banished. Same with Gilman, though. There's the Titan Tooth. Stunning Kor. But Phaler banished there. Kor time to recover now. Gives it to Gilman. Doesn't quite have time to finish the throw. So now it's Phaler with Ulmer again. Snadra. Ooh, look at that. Quick cast. Although not enough to stop this plunge here. Coming from Bertrude for 25. Ulmer. Banishes one defender with the throw. Banishes another defender with the cast. Gets rid of Snadra. Now it's just Gilman here for Kor. Bertrude. She goes down. Ulmer for Phaler. He's banished as well. Bertrude has returned, but not for long. Ulmer, an opening. Banishes the defender. Gilman again brings back Bertrude. She's blocked. And Titan Tooth. Gilman's throw is a little bit short. Ulmer with an opening. This time hits the mark. For 19, one less than his maximum. Ulmer again. Charges up the throw. Banishes the defender. Gets it back. This time hits the mark for 13. Of course, doesn't have the quick throw as the banishing throw, so it's a little bit harder for Phaler to get the full damage out of it. But it is easier to get a throw off of some variety, I suppose, at least in some ways, given how he can banish any defenders that would otherwise be intercepting the orb. Ulmer down this time. Bertrude to Gilman. Gilman's throw. Oh, intercepted. Looks like it was just short. And there is Phaler, plunging here with his harp. Did not have prayer beads on Pamitha, though, so she's out for this round. So Phaler down one character, and this time, at the moment, is completely defenseless. Plenty of time for Kor to plunge here for 30, and I believe did take prayer beads on Bertrude. So she will be back. Ulmer. Oh, was going for the wall bounce? On Glade of Lou? Maybe that was just a coincidence, but it did look like Phaler was deliberately aiming off the wall. Quick throw there from Kor for 12. Phaler teleports. It goes down with Ulmer. Gilman and Bertrude both banished together. Phaler with Pamitha. Blocked and Titan Tooth. So Phaler gets it back and throws it in for 11. That drops Kor down to 20, which is key. That means that is one full damage Ulmer throw away. For one plunge from Pamitha, though she goes down here. Titan Tooth stuns Phaler. Setting up this plunge here for Gilman for 15. Dropping Phaler down to 18. And there is the salute from Kor, turning all of Phaler's characters into defenseless howlers. Oh, and although is he able to slow Kor down? Not enough. Kor able to plunge in time to finish the job.
Good game.
GG.
Adversaries put up quite an effort. The rite is done.
Is Shooting Star worth it? Still think no.
I don't know. Is it better than just... I mean, the alternative would presumably be Star Splinter, right? That's what you're thinking is Star Splinter versus
Either that or
Shooting
prayer
Star?
beads.
Prayer beads?
And just swap out Quick Fling for Trader's Flight.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, you know, what is the key objective, or what is the desired result coming from the Shooting Star? You're trying to banish the defenders to set up the throw, so that it's easier to get the
I'm
throw
trying
off?
to both win the race to the orb and also not die immediately. I think Shooting Star does this, like, the best. Like, Shooting Star plus Quick Fling does this the best.
But then on the other hand, if you have Star Splinter, then you just need a fraction of a second, a slight little gap, tiniest of openings, to get in the throw, so you don't need to banish people all the time to have that type of
Rhoda's
opening.
right. The worm, the Valiant Return is super good. Having you make sure to, like, it's hard when you have Sacred Bond and a worm to both take them all out and also make sure you're banishing the worm last.
Yeah.
Tough to deal with. especially when one of your main methods of vanishing gives them the orb for a split second, which means that the worm will come back and get past the orb of the person who died last.
Oh, yes. That is a resilient setup. I mean, it's kind of the whole idea of triple worm, is that they just never stop coming. But yeah, you know, worms in general, that is kind of their thing. Let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to see for the next one. More of these resilient worms? More of these banishing throws? Or something entirely different? Alright, not seeing anything at the moment though, so why don't we get back into the action?
The fate versus
Alright, it is Phaler's home arena, the Spring of Jomir.
welcome
No requests, so both players free to take whatever they'd like.
the rites.
And Phaler opting for a Titan Tooth Dalbert there. Character that we used to see him take prayer beads on. But certainly a deviation here, and now a power casting Snadra in the first spot there for core. Now Web Lanthorn Rachi in the second spot. And it's an exploding Gilman this time for core. Baylor was saying that maybe Prayer Beads was something he'd like to have in his armor instead of the Shooting Star for the finishing throw, so he does go with Prayer Beads this time. Interesting to see how it compares, results-wise. And core going with Bertrand for the extra starting Pyre life. So here we go.
Now begin.
Dalbert banished.
Emissary's aura for be vanished.
And Phaler currently defenseless, gets Dalbert back just in time though. Titan Tooth Snadra. Giving Phaler some time here.
Now to the flame.
Bertrand. Vanished. Gilman, oh, look at this.
The orb bathed
Phaler snuck past there with Ulmer.
flame.
And of course, as we were saying, did take prayer beads on him, so he's good for this round, but it's not going to matter here because Dalbert's the one plunging. He, of course, had Titan Tooth, so that means he is out for this round. Ulmer, blocked, and banished. So that means number advantage to core. Banish is the only defender. Snadra hops in and does have leech. So it's 20 damage plus 10 pyre life back to core's side. Dalbert, straight in again, 20 damage once again. However, has Titan Tooth, not prayer beats, so that means he's out for this round. Ulmer, just wide of the target, so he gets banished. Gilman explodes, but comes back quickly. Here he is with the orb, and he can outrun the defenders. And that was a throw, I believe, despite core being right on top of the pyre. I think he got it off just in time. There's the Titan Tooth stun. Bertrand, banished. Dalbert popped just in time to avoid banishment and makes it into the pyre here for 20. Ulmer teleports the orb, but goes down. Snadra. Gilman. Back to Snadra, oh, both banished. Bertrand versus Raji. Raji takes her out. Ulmer teleports. Gilman back to defend, now Snadra as well, but Ulmer makes it in. And he is the Prayer Beads character, so he will be back, so Phaler's still at full strength here. Dalbert blocked, but has Titan Tooth. Bertrand. Banished. Snadra, big power cast, but Dalbert's on the move. He makes it in here. Oh, but Stubborn Flame kicks in. That means that whenever Phaler is in the lead, he will deal 10 less damage. Eventually slowing down quite a bit. Rate at which he can reduce the pyre life on Core's pyre. Giving Core the chance to come back here. Trying to do so with Gilman. The throw. for 15. But Phaler's still in the lead here, which means Stubborn Flame is still active. Oh, and Gilman explodes on all of Phaler's characters, so time now for Snadra. Remember, she has the leech. Plunges for 20 and then gets 10 Pyre life back, which means the core is now back in the lead, so that means no longer is Stubborn Flame active. So Phaler back to dealing full damage here. It's 20. And it means he will get back Almer here because he has Prayer Beads. That means both players tied at 20 apiece, meaning both players capable of finishing this with one more score. Core making moves to Snadra, but she goes down. Here's Dalbert on the move now. Oh, sped past the Pyre. Looked like he just missed the mark. Bertrud for Core. Gets rid of it, but then goes down. Snadra, Dalbert, ups over Snadra. Oh, and nearly makes it in, but he gets banished. Oh, Oliver teleports to the orb and then sneaks in for the winning plunge.
Good game.
Why in hell's name did I ever stop playing Kurz? They're still good.
I was surprised how infrequently we saw people use Kurz during the tournament. For whatever reason, it seemed like people had a Kur allergy. I mean, they might have been the class that we saw taken the least.
Yeah, they were.
They were? Wow. Alright, well, chat, let us know what you want to see for the next one.
I had double Kurz saved up from my book setup, but I mean, I never got the book. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and you were saying, Phaler, once upon a time, triple Kurz was the meta, was it not?
that was like years ago, but
Yeah, like very early days.
extremely early days when I was just doing this for fun. I could beat people with that pretty often.
But now everyone is bloodthirsty, just looking for wins by any means possible.
I wouldn't say that, but
That's
you call it a
the
favor.
way you phrased it made it sound like, you know, back then it was all lighthearted and all in good fun, but nowadays everyone is brutal and mercilessly pursuing victory at any cost.
Only every few months, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, not seeing any requests here, so why don't we jump back in?
The fate
And speaking of the book,
on
here it is.
the Pyre hearts.
No requests, so it is up to our players to choose whatever they'd like, and this would be an opportunity for Phelan to break out that curve-centric team. See if he does so here. He's leading off with a Titan-Tooth Dalbert, so we'll stun anyone that he jumps into, and it is certainly possible that we may see more curves coming from Phaler soon. Now it's Titan-Tooth Hamitha on Core's side, so that means we may see the classic double stun at the beginning as both players rush toward the orb.
Exile.
Okay, it is an imp in the second spot there from Phaler, so it's not 100% curve, but he was saying double curve was what he was planning as his tournament team if he were to have gotten the book. Or was Iron and Demon for a second there? It looks like he'll stick with a Web Lanthorn Imp instead. And there is current number 2. Rookie is the one with Prayer Beads. And then we were saying before, 4 was Iron a Demon, and here it is. It's a high plunging damage Ignarius, so keep an eye out for him. But here we go, that is the double Titan-Tooth stun, although 4 able to bounce back from it and banish all of Phaler's characters here. And does Core have time to set up the big Brazen Manor play? Oh, not quite. Not quite. It was greedy, but Core thought it would potentially be worth the payoff here. Instead, settles for a quick 11 damage throw from Pamitha. But he'll be looking for opportunities to get those big plunges with Ignarius. Phaler able to avoid banishment there with one of his curves. This is an interesting color for Rookie. He's green. Ignarius. Slowly plodding forward. He goes down. Taylor, oh, loses almost everybody, but Delbert escapes. And I believe may have gotten pushed into the fire there. There's the double Time Tooth stun, but Corey will switch out of it. And Phaler stunned here. That means perhaps time for Ignarius, and he does make it in there with Kerfangs. That means the extra 8 damage for a total of 38. Double Time Tooth again. 4 switches out and goes for the throw this time for 9 damage. This time, Phaler deliberately does not come rushing in. Oh, but Pamitha, elusive here, now goes down. Dalbert blocked. Ignarius sets up Brazen Manor. Pamitha banished. Ignarius through that portal. Although, opening here for Phaler to exploit. Jumping in for 20 damage. Pamitha goes in for 20. This time, Dalbert first the orb. Sets up the Rookie Plunge, and he's the one with prayer beads. That is Phaler's preferred scorer. Double Time Tooth once again. And the Imps battle it out. Phaler still with his here. And that Imp takes out Ignarius. And brings back Rookie. Gets the stamina back and speeds in for 20 damage. And again, that is the prayer beads Kerr. So he will be back for this round. When Titan Tooth slows down Phaler, stunning him. And that sets up the 11 damage score for Core, so next score could be all he needs here. Phaler gets the orb back with Dalbert. Over to Raji. And Rookie. Rookie banished, so just Raji here. He goes down, sets up a dangerous portal, but Phaler defenseless until he gets Dalbert back. Here comes Pamitha. Oh, blocked at the last second there. Rookie for Phaler. Tries to rush in, but he's blocked and banished. Pamitha for the winning plunge.
Good game.
Well played.
Themselves surely have taken note. The rite is done.
All right. In that case, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see for the next one. So, Phaler, was that the team you were planning on using for the book? 2 Kerrs and 1 Imp?
No, it wasn't actually. It was a different one.
Ah, okay. Keeping that composition stowed away in a secret place.
Wasn't it Leech with Zap? Something like that?
That isn't my team. Maybe Amanda's.
Alright, not seeing any requests from chat at the moment, though, so why don't we get into the next one?
The fate shall confront the Pyre.
Alright, it's the rigid goal. And no requests, so you are welcome to take whatever you'd like.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Taylor going with a Saluting Crone with a Quick Throwing Talisman, and Crone's definitely one of the more popular classes that we saw in the tournament, one that we don't see that often, or at least did not see that often outside of the tournament, but perhaps we'll see them become more of a staple of people's teams going forward. Big piece was, of course, that Crone Salute, being able to turn all of the opposing players into defenseless howlers once during the Rite. And so Core's taking it here as well. And Phaler going with Titan Tooth on the Imp rather than Webbed Lanthorn. The usual setup, but of course we've seen a lot of Titan Tooth as well as of late. And the additional starting Pyre Life on Snadra. And here we go. Bertrude banishes and gets banished. That leaves just Snadra at the moment for Core. She goes down, but that brings back Ilman with Valiant Return, and he brings back all of his friends. Bertrude hops in here for 30. I think I saw Core take Prayer Beads on her. Yeah, she is coming back. Now the attack is with Gilman, but his throw is intercepted. Now it's Phaler. The throw hits the mark for 30. So that gets rid of all the additional starting pilot that Core took with his Talisman. Core's throw with Gilman this time hits for 15. Core first one to the orb here with Gilman. And the throw hits here as well for 15. Gilman once again. This time he's banished though. Same with Bertrude. Snadra, oh, actually avoids banishment there. Gilman comes back, brings back Bertrude. She's blocked and banished. Bertrude for Phaler is banished. Free orb, which Core takes with Gilman. He's blocked. And that was a double Titan Tooth, I believe. Both players stunned. And that is Core throwing it in for 13. So slightly less than the maximum. That means that, yes, with Bertrude, he can finish the job, and with that Crone Salute, it is a done deal.
GG.
GG.
The rite is complete.
Alright, let's head on back. And let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to see for the next one.
Till the next rite.
Do you guys remember which class it was that was the most common in the tournament? It was, what, Imps, I think, right?
Yeah, it was Imps, Crones, and Demons were the top three.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, if you had asked people before the tournament began what their guesses would have been, I mean, probably could have guessed Imps, because they're so popular just as a defensive player, but Demons and Crones, not sure if anyone would have seen that one coming.
I mean, I think Demon Crones are like A tier, so I don't think it's that uncommon. Although after top 8, Harp might have been actually up there.
Yeah, Harp.
Top 8.
There are a lot of Harps as well.
There are a lot of Harps, yeah.
I feel like that's one that I would have expected people to guess would have been Imp, Harp, maybe even Kerr after that. I don't know. Yeah, I think Crones were a bit of a surprise. And Demons, maybe to a slightly lesser extent. I mean, we definitely had people who, even outside of tournaments, liked to use Demons in their setups, but I think we saw it. Several people who don't usually play Demons suddenly start playing Demons more regularly, so that was a little bit of a surprise as well. So we have preset theme, but it looks like that may be it in terms of requests for this one. Now here the water, I think this is Fall of Solium. It is, okay. So not the boat. And no requests related to your team, so you're free to take whatever you'd like. Taylor, back to the banishing throws on Ulmer. He was saying before how it was a little bit on the fence as to whether that was the ideal way to build him. Or with the same mastery setup on the stowaway. Instead goes Infernal Bloom. Not a talisman we see people take very often. Then Phaler backs the usual. Web Lanthorn Raji. Or perhaps experimenting a bit here with some new and unusual strats. Yes, not the usual masteries you see from Rookie here. That is not a triple hopping cur, mind you. It does have Titan Tooth, so you will stun people that he jumps into. Then it's a quick throwing Bertrude in the last spot there for Phaler, and did take the Crone Salute. He'll be able to transform all of Core's characters into Defenseless Howlers once. Then Core finishes with a Web Lanthorn Tizo. And here we go. Right. Phaler teleports the orb. And Core tries to teleport to the orb after the stowaway got banished. Surprised that that even showed up. Bertrude down. Almer once again teleporting to the orb, but Core able to recover defensively. Oh, and Core deliberately sets up a portal directly on top of Phaler's Pyre. Phaler tries to block it, but cannot do so. Core plunges with Rookie there for 20, although he did not have Prayer Beads, so he is out for this round, that means. Stowaway back. And going ninja strats, but goes down here. That means just Tizo back to defend at the moment. Phaler with time to get the throw off. And it does have enough on it there for 27 damage. Almer once again teleporting to the orb. Then banishing the stowaway. Then teleporting back to the orb. Getting blocked. And stunned as well with Titan Tooth. Core tries to make a move, but goes down. Bertrude for Phaler. Tries to ring around the Rosie, past the defender, but cannot do so. Core with Rookie, has that portal, took him a fair ways toward the Pyre, then stuns the defenders, setting up this plunge. That time it's Core who's the first one to teleport to the orb. Phaler intercepts and is on the attack here with Bertrude. Not enough time to finish the throw, though. That means no one back to defend for Phaler. Oh, but gets Almer back just in time. Banishes with the throw. Then teleports the orb, taking down the last of Core's characters. Phaler with Raji, but he goes down, sets up a relatively dangerous portal there. Bertrude hops over one defender and can't quite get into the Pyre in time. But Almer teleports, gets banished. Core through the portal at about halfway across the arena. Cannot make it into the Pyre though. Phaler able to defend. Still wait for Core. Banished. That was the last of Core's characters here, so time for Phaler. Moves in to throw, has enough on it. For 26 damage, so Phaler cut it a little bit short to get it off in time. Almer, first the orb, using that teleport. And now it's Core. Stowaway down. To Rookie, Rookie down. Tizo down, but brings back the Stowaway in the process, using Web Lanthorn. Ninja strats for the stowaway. She goes down to Almer. Almer banishes with those throws, gets rid of one defender in the process, then banishes the other defender as well for an easy 20 damage throw this time. Oh, and there is Phaler's Crone Salute, turning all of Core's Exiles into Defenseless Howlers for what is more or less an automatic score, if he's quick. But Core's getting the stowaway back soon. But not quickly enough, so Phaler finishes it.
GG.
Good game.
GG.
Without too much trouble. The ceremony is complete.
Alright, let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
Well, that's another preset theme, okay. Let's see, so the first one should have been... I think it was, what, Phaler's theme, I assume? And then this next one will be Core's?
I think it's randomized each time.
Is it? I thought I wrote or you had said previously that it alternates between player 1 and player 2, and we don't necessarily know which one it's going to begin with. But that it, once it selects one of them, if you keep it on preset, then it'll go to the next one, the next right.
Oh, really? Neat.
So I think that means we'll be getting Knights of the Sea for this one in that case. But let us know if there's anything else you want. So we've got the song. We have the song. That does appear to be it, though. Why don't we begin? And we will see if we can prove or disprove our hypothesis.
The fate shall take
Alright, it's Nesta Triesta.
the Pyre hearts. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Okay, they're once again going with the banishing throws on Almer. Okay, it's power casting Snadra in the first spot there for core. Followed by, ooh, a slightly different Raji that time from Phaler. Did take that Imp Salute, allowing him to transform from a Howler back into an Imp form. A counter to the Crone Salute. Perhaps, enough of those Crone Salutes flying around, Phaler thought perhaps that was warranted. Although, look at this. Looking like a 100% Nomad setup here. Coming from core. And some interesting colors for that reason. Snadra, of course, the usual Pyre Hearts colors. That's Headwind, I believe, in the blue, and Lendl in the green. So here is Lendl. Brings back Headwind. Brings back Snadra. Okay, they're currently defenseless, so time for Lendl to charge up this throw for 20. Okay, they're first the orb. Throw seemingly passes right through one of the defenders, but does make it in for 20. Once again, this time the throw gets intercepted, and in doing so, banishes, as Phaler does have the Banishing Throw Talisman. Headwind. Snadra down. I do like Headwind's blue raiments. I do like those a lot. They're so deep blue.
All banished.
Now, everyone banished on Core's side, so time for Phaler to throw this one in with Almer for 20. Snadra first the orb here. Gets rid of it, setting up the power cast. She goes down. Phaler hops over one defender, gets the throw off
Goes the orb.
for 30. Full damage.
The fate on our
Phaler first the orb using that teleportation. But Almer banished, and, well, Bertrude ends up in the lava. That does actually mean she comes back more quickly, though. So she has already returned. Now Lendl to Snadra for core. Snadra, banished. Bertrude's throw hits the mark for 30. Oh, and look at that. There's Phaler's Crone Salute, setting up the winning plunge.
Good game.
Their adversaries must be crying tears of shame.
GG.
The rite is ended.
Alright, let's head on back. And chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see for the next one.
Until the stars align.
Alright, I was gonna say, we've seen a lot of song requests thus far, but we've not yet had our first grand ceremony. We gotta work toward our quota, of course. So this will be the
I
first
think
one.
this will be my last one. I got things I need to take care of.
Alright, no worries. So, Phaler will be looking to swap out after this one, so heads up, chat. If anyone is interested in hopping in to the action here, then Phaler will be switching out soon. Anything else we'd like to have for this one? This will, of course, that means be the last one between Core and Phaler, so if there's anything you want to see between these two, now is your last chance to make it happen. But seeing no such requests here, why don't we begin?
The fate shall now
And fitting that it would be at Thaler's home arena,
welcome.
so no requests affecting your team composition here. You are free to take whatever you'd like. Thaler leads off with an exploding Gilman. Or also going Gilman, but in his case, it is a stunning Titan Tooth Gilman. And it is a saluting Pamitha in the second spot there for Thaler. And a saluting Bertrude. We'll see if Thaler opts to do what he did last time, taking one of those imps that can transform between Howler and imp form. That could be one potential counter. Or alternatively, he could say, well, just use your own weapon against you. Give you a taste of your own medicine using Crone Flute of his own.
Bertrude.
Then Core rounds out the team with a starting Pyre Life Snadra, not a power casting Snadra. It's a little bit different from him there as well. Core comes back here with Gilman, brings back his friends, and they may actually do some banishing in the process. Thaler gets banished, but in doing so, that brings out the Valiant Return from Gilman. Titan Tooth stuns Thaler. Core plunges here with Bertrude. Never mind the fact that Thaler is not playing the Beyonders right now. That throw is for 12 damage from Gilman. Then Thaler explodes. Core brings friends back. Bertrude avoids banishment, but gets blocked and stunned here. Now banished. Snadra blocked and banished. Thaler with Bertrude hops over one defender and hits this throw for 30. The bots always show up when Thaler's playing. Interesting theory. Interesting theory. There's Thaler's curse there from the Crones. Definitely an earlier use of that ability than you tend to see. Oftentimes we see it being the last or sometimes second to last play people make. And now it's Core with another 15 damage throw from Gilman. Gilman again, this time he overruns the Pyre though. Bertrude versus Bertrude. And Core's Bertrude remains standing here. Gives it to Snadra. Oh, and she misses the mark here. Now Thaler's Bertrude. Down to Core's Bertrude. Series of banishments leaves Thaler without any exiles here. That means plenty of time for Core to plunge in here with his Bertrude. Dropping Thaler down to 13 Pyre Life. So next score may be all the Core needs here. And Core uses his Crone Salute and gets the winning plunge.
Good game.
Good game.
GG.
Excellently done this time, I must admit. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Alright. Well played, you two. I believe Thaler was saying that would be his final match of the night.
Next rite.
So that means we're looking for at least one more to jump in here. And Core, just to check in with you, how are you doing? You looking to swap out as well? You could stick around? What do you think?
I mean, I can stick around, but if like 2 people want to get in, that's fine too.
All right.
Get out.
So in that case, let's turn this over to chat. Chat, is there anyone who would like to jump in here? Looking for at least one, if not 2.
If there's only one, I can maybe just play like 3 to 5 more.
Okay.
Be done.
We shall see. Rhoda says I can play, but only for a few matches. Nora says she can play as well. So in that case, I mean, we could go iRotor and Nor. We could swap you both in. Or we could have iRotor come in for a little bit, or maybe we go... I guess I don't know what the exact nature of iRotor's time constraint is, so it could be that maybe getting a Nor in here in Phaler's spot, and then once Core wants to switch out after a few matches, we get iRotor in, so that way, you know, I don't know if Nor has more time than iRotor does, based on, I don't know, those descriptions there, but I might be reading way too much into that.
Or I can maybe play iRotor for like 3 matches and then Nor can jump in.
Yeah, something like that. Either way, I mean, I suppose iRotor did volunteer first, so let's get him in here. Alright, invite sent. And then, Nor, I guess I'll leave this up to you. You want to swap in now, go against iRotor? You want to wait around a little bit? We'll get you in either once iRotor swaps out or once Core swaps out. It looks like both of them are potentially looking to switch relatively soon. And we'll wait. Okay, no worries. All right.
And
Great.
I can always continue to play, you know, Nor after iRotor.
Yeah, I mean, if that works for you, then we could just have you go against a Nor.
Be the final rematch.
Could be.
Except for like the next 3 times we face right now.
Alright, well, let's make sure Core is still in control here. Alright, well, let me reset our song as well. Chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see between these two. iRotor and Core. This will, of course, be iRotor's first matches, at least for RITE NITE, although... iRotor, were you among the group playing before RITE NITE today? You might have been, and so maybe you've gotten a chance to warm up a bit earlier today.
Yeah, I played it today.
Yeah. So, you know, throw whatever you want at these two. They're ready for it. Alright, not seeing anything at the moment, though, so why don't we just get this one started in that case? And of course, we saw several very good matches between these two during the tournament. So this could be a treat here. It's Core's home arena. It's the both. No requests, so you're free to take whatever you'd like.
Shall conduct the rites.
And so iRotor starts with an imp, something we saw him do many times during the tournament.
Bertrude.
And it's Prayer Beads Bertrude for Core. Then another imp here for iRotor. And Udmilda, so a crone coming from core. A very defensive setup. In fact, looks like we may be about to see triple imp coming from my rotor. We were talking about how imps were perhaps the most common selection during the tournament. Don't think...
Does this also sound robotic to you, or is it just me?
It's me as well.
Huh.
It's a
Voices,
little-
the
I
game?
think it's better now.
Yeah, not better.
For a second there, I wrote your voice sounded slightly robotic.
Yeah, I think everyone's was.
Yeah, it's probably Discord.
Yeah.
Just blame it on Discord anyway.
Alright. Yeah, although we saw more imps than anything else in the arena, or rather, in the tournament, I don't think we ever saw anyone take triple imp. Maybe the occasional double imp, but I think for the most part it was just that it was very rare that we saw someone go impless altogether. It's just one imp in almost every team composition. Color palette for Raji, I'll have to take a look. Yeah, I do like the colors when we've got people going with triple of any given class. It's core starting things off here with the 25 damage plunge. Is Raji the one that has the sort of purplish color scheme? I do like that. It does seem like, generally speaking, the third character of a given class will have this dark bluish purple. Very deep color. Messenger Imp for 25 here. Fry Rotor. Now core counters with a 33 damage Kerfang plunge. Tizo. Messenger Imp down. Tizo down, but goes down and takes out one of Core's defenders in the process, and there is a 25 damage plunge from Yes. Raji. Or once again, Kerfang plunge here. Drops the rotor down to just 4 Pyre life. So next score likely all core needs here. Will this be it? No, not this time. Messenger Imp. Trying to find a way around those crones. Not this time, though. Through the portal. But gets blocked. Was eyeing the banishment. Oh, and went down without the banishment at all that time. Core sees an opportunity here. Turns iRotor into a Howler, although iRotor has someone back in time to block. Oh, Core, big jump there. But not quite enough time for the throw. iRotor with several close escapes, but now has no one back to defend him. So time to throw this one in for 25. And because iRotor has several 25 damage imps, means that this is a one-score game either way. Oh, man, iRotor with so many close calls here. But it is a one-score game for either player. iRotor sets up a dangerous portal there. Here comes Core. Oh, iRotor out of position, but is able to recover just in time. iRotor through the portal. Gets the orb back. And makes it in for the winning plunge.
Good game. Messed my
GG.
cards.
Yeah,
I should have just done it at the beginning of the round.
that's true. The kind of all the missed jumps and everything.
The ceremony is complete.
You can probably do some sick imp jumps on this if you really line it up on the ball.
Huh. I don't know if we've
I
really
see
seen
AI
people
do
try it.
some,
Yeah, with the dashes and everything.
they've withdrawn AI in a campaign, like, does like some crazy stuff
Until the
with
stars
the imp on the ball.
align.
Do the different triumvirates actually have different AIs? Well, I mean, I guess they have different team compositions, so it varies somewhat in that way.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're different.
But, like,
I'm-
even if they
I'm
had
not
the
up
same team composition, would they actually play differently?
Yeah, they would.
Are there any teams that
Like,
have the
dissidents,
same
like,
composition?
they always try to cast with their 3 curs, but, like, Downward doesn't necessarily do that.
Huh.
Yeah, well, they also try to benefit a lot with Fate, but the accusers, for example, are very, very aggressive. And if they just go for the Pyre.
Interesting.
And, like, the dissidents, they will always plunge, basically. They'll never throw it, even if it's, like, if there's, like, 10 seconds. They'll always plunge.
That's a little odd.
Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be like lore wise. They're just like they don't care.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. All right, well, let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to see for this next one. Some plunging dissidents.
Well, not for the first right. For the first time you face them.
Okay, but at least eventually it does make some sense that they would be plunging
Yeah,
because they had the extra damage. And distance are the ones that have prayer beads?
Yeah, except for Barker, he has Scribe Rock. A supercharged Scribe Rock with plus 12 presence.
Whoa. Wow.
I mean, our leg also has a supercharged Ashen Core with 40 Pyre life.
Man, I just don't even remember this. Alright, but not seeing any requests from chat, so why don't we get back into the action?
The withdrawn shall
Ludmilda has Frozen Soul for 20 damage.
fire hearts. Welcome
Hey, what's up, Chewing Dragon? How's it going?
the rites.
How are you? We just recently finished our tournaments last week. We have crowned ourselves a new Jomir Cup champion.
Let me try the Fader stuff. I've never played this before, so we'll see.
Do you have something you want me to go quickly or no?
Let's take whatever. We'll see. I have no idea how this will work, so it doesn't really matter what I play again.
Yeah, no collusion here. Come on, guys. I know we're not in the tournament anymore, but still. Alright, it's a Speedy Jody next. Yeah, good to see you again, Chewing Dragon.
Yeah, Otmilda's Frozen Soul does 20 damage, and if you play with the minor 30 in the Titan Star, you just have 50 starting Pyre life.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. And is that starting on the first time you meet her? Or only after the first time?
No. And the first time, I think no one has talismans.
Okay. Just don't remember this stuff. Been so long. Ooh, then not the usual sap setup there for my rotor. Usually see him going with the full rekindling, this time only 10. Then Manly in the last spot for core. Alright, and here we go. So I rotor first the orb. He's blocked and banished. Now core. Snadra. Manly. Back to Gilman. Snadra. Snadra's the one plunging here for 20. I rotor first the orb again. Throw banishes, but is now stuck within the safety of that sapling. And Numbing Gust means that my rotor will not be able to use any abilities, sprint, jump, or throw, when everyone is banished on Core's side. Here comes Manly. Has the quick throwing talisman, but he goes down here. Jody. Fry rotor. Oh, into the lava she goes. Orb eventually comes back. Oh, it's actually Lady River. Jody. Time to charge it up, and does make it in here for 23. So Rotor cuts it slightly short there. Palmas versus Lady River. Lady River down. Here's Palmas. Sapling placed, gets rid of him. And quick throw there. 20 damage. Palmer back at it here, but this time he goes down. Power cast from Snadra. Rotor able to shield it off. Snadra again, this time with the orb. It gets rid of it for another cast. Rotor able to shield off with one defender, but not enough to stop Snadra from plunging for 20 and then leeching 10. Palmer. Rotor sneaks in the throw for 20. Palmer teleports the orb again, but then gets banished. Lady River. Snadra. Snadra stuck in the middle here. Unsure which way to go. Now making moves and makes it into the Pyre. For 20 damage plus 10 leech. Palmer, ooh. Lady River saw it coming. And speeds ahead, but Jody moves back to cover. Jody to Palmas. Palmas, no time to throw it. Now Jody down. Palmer down as well. That means time here for Lady River to throw it for 9. Snadra versus Almer. Snadra wins out. Power cast. River able to shield it off again. Snadra down. Lady River down. Manly down. That means Numbing Gust is active once again. Snadra returns. That means once again River can use abilities here. The throw is intercepted. Snadra. Back to Manly. Ooh, look at that play there from Almer. Teleporting to the orb, getting rid of one defender. Before, back with the orb here, not for long. Rotor once again with the Numbing Gust until someone comes back. Now Manly has returned. Almer, banished. Snadra. Gets rid of Jody. She goes down, though. Lady River. Blocked. And into the lava she goes. Throw from Almer banishes one. Lady River hops over his head and then banishes him. Now has the orb. Waiting for the right moment. Charges in the throw. Oh, just short. Almer. Vanishes with the throw. Orb right next to Core's Pyre. Almer backs up, throws it in. 20 damage. Snadra versus Almer. Throw. Banishes Manly. Almer still has it here. Banishes another defender. And then gets banished by big Snadra cast. Snadra by herself at the moment. Gets rid of it. But again, rid of the defenders with those casts to make some room for herself, and does so. Setting up this 20 damage plunge that also will leech back 10 power life for Core. I rode her into the lava. And we are functionally, more or less, tied here. I rode her with a safe spot very close to Core's Pyre. This may be unblockable from this range. So I rode her with 25 damage. Remember, both players have sap, so you're talking about how Rotor did not take the full rekindling, although that is something we usually see him do, not this time. And we know that Core has the Numbing Gust, so that means he is primarily left side with his sap. So that means he does not have 50 rekindling. Snadra. Oh, look at that! Last minute save from Rotor with Almer. Snadra's still there, though, and she does make it in. 20 damage, 10 leech. That means once again we're close here. And Rotor would need at least 2 scores here to see what, if any, rekindling Core has. Core can't speed past Jody. Here comes Jody. Trying to knock back Manly. Oh, but Manly intercepts the throw. Almer gets rid of Manly. Lady River gets rid of Almer. And Palmas gets rid of Lady River. Palmas's throw for 14. That means iRotor is now in scoring range here. One score from anyone on his team is theoretically capable of getting rid of Core's Pyre Life and seeing does he have any rekindling. It may be 10, it may be 0. Core with a 14 damage throw here means that now he can do the same. But we know that iRotor has 10 rekindling, so iRotor definitely does have a second life bar. Shoulder smash from Snadro, though she goes down nonetheless. Almer, his throw. Still has it here. Banishes another defender. But then Snadra rushes him down. Snadra. Lady River. She's banished. Snadra's power cast. Gets rid of 2 defenders. Jody has returned. Rushes down Snadra, waits for the orb to come back. Gives it to Almer. Almer's throw banishes 1 defender, and the orb is basically on top of Core's Pyre. Lady River gets rid of it, and banishes Jody. Almer goes down. Lady River speeds ahead, and the throw triggers that rekindling. So 10 Pyre Life, that is the rekindling now. Second life bar for iRotor. Means next score from Core may finish the job, although we don't know if there's any rekindling on Core's side. Yes, there is. It's 10. So that means we are tied up at 10. Next score would likely do the trick for either player. Jody gets shoulder smash from Snadra. Lady River speeds past 1 defender. The throw is unblockable. And it hits the mark. So Core takes the win.
Good game. There was that one play that you did that was really good. I forget what it was. Oh, that when you saluted to jump and then you killed my sap. That was really good.
Yeah, tell me about it. I know it does this to me all the time.
Well played, you two.
Until the next rite.
Let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to see for the next one. Alright, not seeing anything at the moment, so barring any last-minute requests here, why don't we get back into the action? Oh, hold on. Wait. We got a talisman request. At least. Bright Wisp and Luminous Idol. Talisman request from Manor. Anything else, or will that be it? That's it for Manor? Alright, why don't we resume in that case? Once again, that is Bright Wisp and Luminous Idol, your 2 talismans that you must take. Once again, here in the water, it's the Fall of Solium, though, not the boat.
The Pyre Hearts. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
So, 2 talismans that we don't see that often. Though, of course, Luminous Idol on harps, we have learned, is a potent combo. That is the talisman that means whenever a character picks up the orb, they will regain all of their stamina, back up to full, and harps can throw fairly quickly. So that means you can pick up the orb, get full stamina, throw the orb quickly, get back to full stamina, and then speed across the arena like that. So that was perhaps the easier choice. As for how they'll use Bright Wisp, that one is less often that we see that taken. Rotor going with an offensive imp here. The extra damage on the left side. It does go with Bright Wisp. It is the talisman. That means whenever a character gets banished while they have the orb, they will automatically pass it to a teammate. Or opts to put it on the stowaway. So now that means they are free to take whatever they like on their last character here. And in Rotor's case, that means Palmas, once again going with the slightly different mastery setup, not the full rekindling. Of course, full rekindling Palmas was a character we saw Rotor take in what seemed to be his preferred setup. Certainly pre-tournament, I think, even during the tournament. Then lastly, it's an exploding Gilman there for Core. So here we go. There's Luminous Idol. So it means that yes, whenever Core picks that orb back up, he can do a speed burst away using some more harp sprints. And Rotor doing it here as well. Goes down. Stowaway. She's blocked. Banishes the defender. And plunges here for 20. Now she was the Bright Wisp character, so that means no prayer beads for her, so she's out for this round. Stalemate of the harps. It's Core who has it now. Or blocked and banished. Now Pamtha for Rotor. She goes down as well. It activates C's chance here for Gilman, so he has extra damage for the next few seconds. But he's blocked and banished. Pamtha voids the banishment. And then passes it to the other Pamtha, who gets full stamina in the process. And banishes the defenders. The other defender is halfway across the arena here, so that means time for Core to throw it in for 20. Ametha for Core, and once again, that is the downside of having to throw the orb with those harps to get the full stamina back. We've now seen both players accidentally throw that orb to the opposing team. Ametha, there it is, the throw. Gets the orb back, and plunges for 20. Of course, Luminous Idol for them means no prayer beads either. So that means now Core is down Pamtha for this round. Gilman, C's chance is active, but now he goes down. That leaves just the stowaway. She's blocked. And banished. Gilman returns. Now it's Palmas on the move for Rotor. Sidesteps the cast. The throw is quick enough for 10 damage. Pamtha versus Pamtha. It's Core first. Core gets rid of it. Gets it back. Gets full stamina in the process. But now Core got rid of it. And Rotor says, thank you, I'll take that. And plunge with it for 20. Core gets rid of the orb. Gets it back. Gets stamina in the process. And banishes all of the remaining defenders here. So time to throw this one in for 20. That means one more score, at least with Pamtha, or with the stowaway, and that would be enough to trigger the rekindling, but now it's Rotor scoring for 20 here. Of course, we know that Rotor has 10 rekindling, so it would not be enough to finish the job here. But we would see Rotor's second life bar. Here's Rotor, though, back on the attack. Trying to find the angle for the throw. Oh, did not get it off for a second. The angle at which Palmas dropped the orb made you think that maybe he did finish the throw, but no, he did not. Stowaway, banished. Right Wisp means that Core automatically passed it to a teammate. Oh, and that was a quick throw there from the Stowaway. Just 7, not the full 20 damage. That means that Rotor still hanging on here with his first life bar. Mammoth for iRotor. And she makes it in for 20 here. As we were saying, she has that Luminous Idol. So that means no Prayer Beads. She's out for this round. It's a numbers advantage to Core in that case. He's moving in with Pamtha. Gets rid of one defender. Blocked by the second, though. But Core with some persistence here. Gets rid of the other defender, although just as Tizo returns for iRotor. And Tizo takes the orb back. Gets blocked and gets rid of Pamtha. Now the tricky thing here for iRotor is after plunging with Pamtha, it means he needs to find a way to score with either Tizo or with Palmas, neither of whom is much of an offensive character, although that Nutrition Stick does certainly help. Plunges for 25, and now one score for iRotor would also, well, I would say Trigger Rekindling, although I don't believe Core has any. No sap. Don't think he took the Rekindling Talisman, and here is the second life bar for iRotor. That is the Rekindling. So next score for either player would likely do the trick. Here's iRotor for the winning score.
Good game.
I didn't believe that the sap was gonna hit it, but I thought I was too close, but just
too close, really? Wow. I don't have a good sense of what exactly the range of the Nutrition Stick is. If anything, though, I thought you were too far away. But just goes to show you what I know about it.
Ranges always appear larger than they are, so I thought I was. So I was overcorrecting for that and thought I was too close, but it just was. 1-4 for me, and then.
Okay. Alright, so in that case, chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see between these two, iRotor and Core. iRotor is saying this will be his last one. So this is our last chance to see something special with this combo, this mashup. Is Falcon Ron out of business? I thought I activated him. No talismans. Okay. Let me double check. Make sure that I have actually activated Falcon Ron. I thought I did. I don't know if that's what you're trying to say here.
No, I'm saying there's no talismans available because he's out of business.
Okay. Okay. We're just talking from a lore standpoint. Falcon Ron is out of business. I see. Never to Return Tempers Edition, okay. Anything else? We've got a song, we've got talismans, or by we've got talismans, I mean we have no talismans. We have a talisman request for no talismans. Looks like that may be it, though. So let's get started then.
The withdrawn shall take on.
Alright, the Ridgicole. And no requests in terms of their class or masteries, but without any talismans that could certainly affect who they choose to take here. iRotor opts to go with a triple hopping Dalbert. Or sticking with a saluting Pamtha. Then Messenger Imp for Core means an imp on either side. Palmer in the last spot there for iRotor. Then Ignarius in the last spot for Core. So here we go. It's a quick score here for Dalbert for 20. Iroder's blocked and banished. Emtha also blocked, but switches places into Messenger Imp, who sets up the portal. Oh, you know what Core is looking to do here. Switches into Ignarius. Oh, tries to set up the Brazen Manor. Does actually do so. I thought there. Next Iroder's Pyre, he would be too vulnerable. He would go down, but no. Does survive enough to get into the Pyre with that 40 damage. Now Iroder, looking to counter. It gets blocked. Tries to banish the defender, but oh, look at that. Core goes nothing personnel back through the portal and hops into the Pyre. Big banishments there, leaves no one left on Iroder's side. Plenty of time for Core to throw this one in for 15. Invincible Brazen Manor for a second there, it looked like it. Oh, big banishments there from Core. Gets rid of all of the defenders. Time, perhaps, for Iroder to get someone back, though? Yes, because Core tried to go for the Brazen Manor, and it may have cost him. Because here comes Iroder as the one scoring for 20. And of course, plunging is a big deal here because nobody has prayer beads. So to plunge means you are definitely going down a character for the next round. Ametha to Ignarius. Ignarius is blocked. Ametha goes down, but Ignarius is still here. Has the orb back. Almer sending off Ignarius long enough to make it into the Pyre for 20 damage on that jump. Does mean Iroder will be Almer-less for this series. Dalbert still has it here. Now he goes down. Ametha blocked. She switches into Ignarius, but he gets banished. Dalbert, oh, nearly. Falls just short. Core. No one to stop Ametha here. Core keeps it short, though. Just 10 damage on that throw. Dalbert and Pantha collide. Pantha switches, though. And Core looking to banish everybody there. Iroder defenseless until he gets Dalbert back, and he comes back just in time. Almer can't stop Pantha, and she plunges for the win.
That was kind of fun without talismans.
It does change things up quite a bit.
I think you could have played that better with the classic Fate setup, but I didn't do too bad. Anyway, thanks for the rides. I'll probably log a bit while the other stuff.
Alright, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, chat, so that means we're looking for at least one more person here to jump in to take Iroder's spot. And Core, on your end, I think once upon a time you were saying that you would either be able to hang around if we don't have a second person, or if two people want to jump in, then you could swap out. Is that sort of where things stand here? Okay.
I can hang around, but if someone wants to jump in, they can too.
Alright, so Nor, yeah, you are up. Let's get you in here. And if anyone else in chat is interested, sounds like Core can go either way. Core can stick around, or we can swap Core out if needed. Thank you for your flexibility, Core. Alright, there we go. Should have an invite coming your way, Nor. And Core, I think last time you were going against an Or, you'd switch to the Chastity just for the colors to be easier. Do you want to do that here? Or you want to stick with Pyre Hearts? What are you thinking? Up to you, of course.
Put me on Dissidents.
Anor says she can switch to Tempers, though.
Okay, I'll say Pirates then.
Okay, let's do that. Alright, let me just enter in your information here, Anor. Alright, and so Anor will not be the Withdrawn. But she will not be the Nightwings either. Her secondary is the Tempers. Steam. It feels like this has just become a thing with remote play where every day it resets. You know, if it's the first time inviting someone on mouse, keyboard, and remote play, it is just going to deny them controls. Let's double check. I imagine we have the right settings for you, Nor. Oh, right controls for you, but just to be certain. Yeah, not sure why. Oh, we got reset here. Hold up. Core has been transformed into a CPU. It was nice knowing you, Core. There we go. Nah, no worries. But anyways, so let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to see between these two. This will, of course, be Anor's first match of RITE NITE. Anor, though, may have been among those group of people who were playing earlier today, I saw. So, you know, that may mean you can throw whatever you want at these two. They'll be ready to take it. And of course, well, let's just say, I gave you the spoiler warning at the beginning, but this is, of course, quite a rematch between these two. It'll be interesting to see them face it off against each other once again. Among the plotters, but haven't played yet. Okay, gotcha. It was an elaborate scheme. Very elaborate indeed. Took many minds to figure out how to best accomplish it. But accomplish it they did. Accomplish it they did. Alright, let's get started then. Alright, it's at the book. And no requests here. So you guys are free to take whatever you'd like.
Who shall conduct the rites?
You still don't see very many Tempers players these days. We really don't have any who are primarily Tempers players. Of course, as we were saying, this is Anor's second for backup team, if you will. Whenever she has an opponent using a similar color scheme to the Nightwings. So we just haven't seen those dark, deep green raiments all that often. Or going with a power casting Snadra. Anor went with Bertrude. Now going full left side on Rookie. That's a little bit out of the ordinary. Means we'll not get the extra 5 damage when plunging, but will also explode. So that's a little bit of an unconventional approach. Perhaps that is the reason why, is it Lucky Break that's the other one on the left side? Coming back, or at least having the chance to come back more quickly from banishment, so, you know, if it's supposed to be an exploding Rookie, then perhaps that's why. Also, heads up, I did, as I was saying earlier, we did, for some reason, get access to a few more emotes. So most of those spots I've not yet made emotes for them. But I did throw in a new emote for, not Gilman, for Rookie. Based on the pixel art I did of him a year or so ago. So that exists. That is new this week. Alright, and Core goes for the quick throwing manly with 10 rekindling. So here we go.
Now begin.
Yeah, I'm controlling player 1.
Oh, okay.
That's how I was pausing. Like, what something's wrong.
That's right. And Anor, do you have control over anyone right
Yeah.
now? Let me see remote play here real quick. See what it is trying to have happen here.
I mean, we can try to play like this. I think that'd be fun.
This is strange. Remote play does say Core, you're supposed to be player 2 here. It doesn't seem as though it is mapping a Nord to player 1 or player 2 or anything. I don't remember if it does that when someone's on mouse keyboard or not. We'll crush the Pyre Hearts first. Hey, nobody's crushing the Pyre Hearts, okay? This is strange.
I can maybe try to plug.
Yeah, why don't we try doing that first, real quick here. before we consider restarting the right. Nor, can you still move around as the Tempers? Is this you? There we go. Looks like we're fine now.
Yeah, we're good.
Alright, shall I put us on the pause menu and I'll give you guys a countdown? Let's do that. So I'll go 3, 2, 1, go, and on go I'll hit resume. So 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Power cast from Snadra, but that's off the mark. And Snadra actually throws it within the safety of that sapling. So that may help Anor here. She's now on the attack with Bertrude. And she plunges here for 25. Oh, big power cast from Snadra that time. Orb inadvertently hits Anor's Pyre, so it bounces back out. Well shielded on the cast from Volfred that time, bouncing it back out. Rookie, out of stamina, gives it to Bertrude. Bertrude jumps in for 30 damage here. Snadra down. Rookie, oh, and everyone banished there. Rookie comes back, though, for Anor. Did take the quicker respawning. Manly sets up the sapling on top of the opposing Pyre and throws it in for 25. Collision there, middle of the arena, but it's Anor, first one to get it back, and hops in here for 30 damage from Bertrude. And of course, Core does have Rekindling, but next score from Anor may very well trigger that Rekindling. Here is Anor, eyeing that plunge perhaps with Volfred. He's a little bit short of the mark though, so he goes down here. Snadra down. Oh no, that's Manly down. Snadra's still standing. Here is Snadra, hiding in the corner, but she gets banished. Rookie to Volfred. Volfred, thinking about it, teleports toward the orb. It's a quick throw. It's just 5, so that means Core still with his starting life here. No Rekindling yet. Volfred goes down. You can see Anor was eyeing the plunge. Gilman lines up the throw, but he's blocked. Gilman again. Blocked once more. Big power cast from Snadra, although it bounces off the sapling and back in her face, so she goes down. Bertrude is blocked. Manly down. Power cast from Snadra gets rid of Rookie. He comes back quickly. Here is Rookie. And oh, nearly makes into the Pyre there, but then he explodes. Oh, quick counter there from Gilman. Look at that speed. Bertrude hops in. Volfred can't get rid of it in time. Rookie thought about exploding. He's like, maybe, maybe not, but does opt to do so eventually. Gilman versus Bertrude. Gilman's throw. That's good for 14, slightly less than the maximum. Bertrude still needs just 1 score. Small score will do for Anor, just enough to trigger that Rekindling. All she needs is 10 damage, anything else is overkill. Because either way, Core will get back to 10 Pyre life. Everyone down here except for Gilman. But it's Anor first the orb here. Volfred, he's banished. Snadra. Rookie tries to rush her down. Snadra escapes, gets rid of it, then gets banished. Bertrude to Rookie. Rookie, back to Bertrude. Both hanging out near the Pyre. Core banishes both of them. Rookie's back. Stamina back. Blocked. And explodes on the defenders. Bertrude banishes, and that means no one back to defend here. Numbing Gust is active. Oh, and Core gets Snadra back just in time to stop that Bertrude plunge. But once again, core defenseless here. Take Nor a little bit of time, though, to get all the way across the arena with Volfred. Here he is. Bertrude. Back to Volfred. Oh, once again, Sapling bounces the cast back in Snadra's face. Oh, and Anor just waits for someone to come back so she can blink into the Pyre with that nutrition stick. That triggers the rekindling, so Thor down to 10 Pyre life, and that will finish the job.
Okay.
GG.
Their fire burns, whilst that of their adversaries is but ash. The rite is ended.
Alright, well played, you two. Let's head on back. In chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see for the next one. Yeah, I don't know, at least for myself, speaking for myself, I always find that whenever I do pounce with those crones, that end lag, once you land from the jump, if you don't make it straight into the Pyre, it is painful to just watch and know, oh, I just need to slither an inch forward and I'll be in. But then in that time, you inevitably get banished. And be pretty brutal, unforgiving. You find yourself in a vulnerable position after finishing that jump. Alright, not seeing any requests from chat at the moment though. Let us know if there are any last minute requests, otherwise we'll get back in. In which case, let's do that.
The Tempers shall now.
Oh man. Well. We are, of course, at the cairn. And we are, of course, seeing both players who are most well known for their specific cairn strats. Usually see them go with a slightly different approach, the two of them. Right Wisp on the stowaway here from Anor, though. That's a little bit of a surprise. As for Core, well, it is the stowaway as well, but for him it's false step, which means after finishing a jump, if he gets banished, the stowaway will respawn from where she began that jump, and with Bottled Void, means she can vacuum cleaner people who are close by into her and banish them in her aura, leading to a lot of chaos. It's something that I was curious to see if it would ever show up at the tournament. I think there was at least one occasion where we had 4 on this arena, and I thought perhaps it might happen, although I'm not sure if it ever did. Maybe you two remember better than I do, though.
Yeah, I did do it.
You did do it once? Okay.
Yeah, in the group stage. And then Anor did the Tizo Bottle Void when she played Karen. Those 2, and we went 2-0.
I mean, it looks like a meme. From a third party's perspective, if you're not playing against it, you think, oh, they're just being silly. They're just having some fun with it. And it is fun, it is silly, it is a meme, yes. But it is also quite viable. Which at times makes me hesitate to call it a meme. Because at the end of the day, it does work. More often than not. So it looks like Anor is not going that route here. Or, of course, is, as we were seeing. He has the stowaway with the false step, and then he has a Sacred Bond Snadra here, so she can step on the stowaway's portrait to bring her back, and that will also trigger Baldur's Void. But here we go. Anor blocks, and ooh, sidesteps the cast there to avoid banishment. Rookie blocked. Stowaway for Core, plunges for 20. Of course, she has Bottled Void, not Prayer Bead, so she's out for this round. Amethyst blocked and banished. Big power cast from Snadra, but that misses the mark. It's Gilman here, though. His throw is wide. Or rather, Deluge, I should say. A little bit crowded there in the corner, but it's Anor who emerges and switches over into Rookie, who plunges for 20. And he has Prayer Bead, so he has returned. Ametha. Switches into Rookie. Deluge. Explodes. Rookie still has it here. Hops over the cast. Waiting to get the stamina back. Gets it just in time to avoid that cast. Ametha. Switches back into Rookie. And he plunges for 20. Stowaway teleports to the orb. Gives it to Pamitha. Something about those raiments for Pamitha on the tempers just gives me much more Tamitha vibes. I don't know if it's just because they're darker. Maybe that's it. Kor, primed to jump with the Stowaway, and does want to get banished at the end of that jump to trigger False Step. So that was intended. Here comes Pamitha, or is it really Tamitha? Gets it back and has Luminous Idol, so she gets full stamina when she does so. Anor waiting with Rookie back by her Pyre. Taken out right next to the defender as well. Now has Pamitha back. Switches into Rookie. And he goes down before he can make it into the Pyre. Kor had Deluge close to Anor's Pyre, but can't hit the mark on the throw. Rookie, don't think he can cover quite that much ground with the triple jump. Kor still hanging out next to the Pyre. But perhaps with a gluttony of options, couldn't choose who he wanted to score with, and in doing so, hesitated enough for Anor to get back and recover. But now Anor, everyone banished, and this time, Kor says, alright, I won't get too picky here. I'll settle for a 15 damage throw. Stowaway, banished. Ametha. Rookie, can't sneak in. Ametha banishes the Stowaway. And here comes Deluge. Gets the stamina back. Brings the Stowaway back. Stowaway gets banished at the end of her jump. So that triggers Bottled Void by triggering False Step. And there it is, the 17 damage throw. Stowaway for Stowaway. Pamitha. There is Bottled Void, throwing Pamitha off. Throw from Deluge looks wide. Gilman, or rather, Rookie. Rookie speeds ahead. Initiates the triple jump, but he gets blocked and banished. Big power cast from Snadra. Stowaway for Anor this time. Plunging for 20. I believe she had Bright Wisp. So that means she will be out for this round. That she is. Deluge is blocked. Rookie goes down here. That means no one back to defend for Anor. So time for Kor to throw this in for 20. Stowaway for Anor. Banished, but had Bright Wisp, so passes it over to Pamitha. Pamitha switches to Rookie. Rookie down. Oh, banishment there on Pamitha. That leaves just the Stowaway for Anor at the moment. She's blocked. And now banished. Rookie has returned. Now Pamitha as well. Kor on the attack with Snadra. She's blocked and banished. Deluge. Oh, blocked, although brings back Snadra there. Banishes all of the defenders. And suddenly, Kor has an open score here. And that drops Anor down to 8 Pyre Life, which means next score for Kor may be all he needs here. Any character capable of doing it, and everyone banished on Anor's side, means that will do the trick.
Good game.
GG.
Their adversaries confidently thwarted. The ceremony is complete.
Alright, let's head on back. And let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to see for the next one.
Till the stars align.
Anor, was that your first time using that setup? I feel like I haven't seen you use that yet.
Yeah, that was very inventive.
It was indeed. Was indeed. I mean, as we were saying, we saw very, very few curves during the tournament, so in some ways, I'd like to see them make a bit of a comeback here, a bit of a resurgence. They are certainly quite skilled when it comes to scoring. Not seeing any requests from chat, though, so why don't we get this next one started? And it's in the book. I believe may have been where we saw these two first face off today.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Okay, well, here's something we definitely did not see during the tournament. I'm not sure if we saw anyone take a cursed talisman, maybe once. But, Anor goes with it. On Pamitha here. It's a black hoof. That means she cannot pick up the orb, but has more stamina. And it'll be a power casting Snadra in the first spot there for core. So, of course, when you have a Black Hoof character on your team, it does fundamentally change what you're looking for with your other teammates, because it means you need to find another source of offense. Oh, and Anora's going big. Ignarius with the Flame Leech. In which case, Core says, alright, I'll throw some leech right back at you. And finally, Webland Thorntizo for Anor. So on Anor's side, it looks like she's a very dedicated scorer there with Ignarius. Whereas Core's side, 3 Nomads means a quite defensive team. 4 with Lendl. Snadra goes down, but banishes Ignarius. Pantha is down, or well, Pantha's the only one left, I should say, but she can't really do anything for Anor. Ignarius sets up the Brazen Manor. And of course, if he does plunge with Brazen Manor, that is the highest possible net point score you can get from one exile. But it's 20 points here on the throw there from Snadra. Here is Snadra. Tries to hop in, but she goes down, and that means no one left for Core. Perhaps time for Nor to set up this Brazen Manor here. So that means extra 10 damage, and then she leeches for 50% of her damage with Ignarius. So she's trying to time it here. But Core knows what's coming and gets rid of Ignarius, though he comes back quickly. And suddenly Core defenseless. Perhaps time for Nor here. Does she go for the Brazen Manor? No. Just goes straight for the plunge. That means 30 damage, 15 leech. Not quite the maximum, because no Brazen Manor that time. Now, both players going crazy with the banishments. Core takes a second to bring back his teammates. Snadra. Lendl to Snadra. 2-pronged attack here. It's Lendl that makes the move into the Pyre for 20. He is the one, I believe, that has the most leech for Core. So that is his preferred score. He's back up to 120 here. Snadra. Can't make it past Ignarius. Ignarius sets up the Brazen Manor. No one back to defend, so Anor sets up the portal directly on top of Core's Pyre. Here comes Ignarius, eyeing that portal, and yes, there it is. Brazen Manor, 40 damage, 20 leech. net 60-point gain for Anor. Anor perhaps eyeing the same thing here. Well, of course, doesn't have Ignarius anymore, but can likewise set up a portal directly on top of Forest Pyre here once again. But has no one back to defend at the moment. That's the top priority for her. Won't come back in time to stop this 20 damage throw, and with some leech as well. Sakura back up to 100 Pyre life here. Both players with a lot of leech could extend this right quite a bit. No lead is safe in that case. Could see some pretty wild point swings. And we've seen a lot of banishments here. Everyone gone on the core side until he gets Lendl back. Now Snadra. Hedwyn as well. Thor sets up the Brazen Manor. But Ignarius gets banished. Now it's Core. Jumping in here with Snadra for 20. Remember, Ametha can't pick up the orb. But Ignarius certainly can. Lendl tries to rush him down and shoulder smashes him. Lendl goes down. And once again, Core defenseless here. Perhaps time for Nor to set up his score here. Just looking to set up a portal directly on top of Core's Pyre. That way he can't really defend against this. Sort of just preventing Anor from going through that portal, which she does here. No Brazen Manor, but again, still means 30 damage and 15 leech. As we were saying, both players with so much leech, no lead is safe. Lendl, that is Core's primary leeching player, does make him Core's preferred scorer. Remember, Anor cannot pick up the orb with Pamitha, but certainly can do so here. Frozen with her imp for 15. And goes on a banishing spree. Sets up the dangerous portal, meaning that Ignarius can go Brazen Manor. Oh, but see, Pamitha can't even pick up the orb to pass it to Ignarius. There is Ignarius, though. He has Brazen Manor active. The portal has been relocated, though, so it is no longer an automatic score as it once was. So Ignarius goes through, but he's suddenly only at midfield here. He's been blocked, but he banishes the defenders. Brazen Manor is no longer active. So it's just 30 damage this time, rather than the full 40. But it is also 15 leech, which means Anor is back up to 85 Pyre life. Now Core is the one who's gotten rid of all the defenders. And once again, makes a point of scoring with the correct counter there. It's Lendl. So it's 20 damage and 20 leech. Snadra for Core. Suddenly it's just her. So Core says, hold on a second. Let me play it safe here. Bring back my friends. Snadra down. Edwin gets the orb back, gets Snadra back. Snadra banishes Ignarius. Oh, everyone from that series banished there, but Edwin has returned. Edwin blocked. Ignarius coming after him. Lendl gets banished to Ignarius as well. Snadra about to return, but not quickly enough. Once again, the ferocity from Ignarius. It's a 30 damage plunge with 15 leech. And with 25 Pyre life means that next score from Ignarius would potentially be enough for Anor to finish it. But, of course, as we were saying, Core has some leech with Lendl. So Core really looking for a Lendl score here. No Ignarius at the moment. He plunged last time. Oh, but that'll bring him back. Anor plunges for 15. That means no more Tizo, but she still has, well, at this point, anyone could deal enough damage for Anor. So Core now very much looking to score with Lendl. Here he is, and he does make it in. That'll give Core 20 leech, getting him back up to 30, but that is still enough for Ignarius, even without Brazen Manor, to finish the job, and Core currently defenseless. Here is Ignarius, and he finishes the job. GG. And that right would have made Amanda proud. Well played, you two. A very leech-centric RITE. Alright, chat. Well, let us know if there's anything you want to see for the next one. Actually, forgot what you wanted to take. Just went with a random setup. It wasn't going to be Iggy originally? Okay. Yeah, I guess I figured it looked like the plan on your side was, okay, I don't have Pamitha, or at least can't score with Pamitha. So if I'm gonna be relying on just 2 scores, or maybe just 1 score, then might as well make that as dangerous a scorer as possible. And of course, Demon plus Brazen Manor plus Flame Leech is, as we were saying, the highest amount of net points you can get from 1 score. It's like, okay, you know, I'm not getting any damage out of 1 character, I'll just reallocate all of my damage to this 1 guy. It was something similar, but that wasn't it. Huh. Interesting. Well, not seeing any requests from chat at the moment. So barring any last-minute thoughts, why don't we get this next one started? And you hear the water, I think it's Follisolium. It is. Never return accusers.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Can we sneak this one? Can we reset this one to get that in? Or shall we wait? The next one? Okay, no worries then. We'll do it on the next one. Alright, in that case, carry on, you two. No request for this. We'll get the song for the next one. Alright, it's a Bright Wisp Rookie. And that's a talisman that is not a very popular choice for people to take, although we have seen it a few times today. I think one time it was via Anor's request. Now we see her taking it voluntarily here. It was Snadra on Kor's side. Now it's a quick throwing stowaway. And Web Lanthorn Messenger in for Kor. Oh, and then Anor goes with the legendary Talisman for the Savages. Oftentimes, I think, considered the weakest of those legendary talismans, so several creative talisman choices here from Anor. We'll see if she has some clever way to put them to use here. Or perhaps we'll just further reinforce that, well, there's a reason why people tend not to take them. We'll have to see. Speaking of unconventional talisman choices, Kor takes a Curse Talisman there on Jody. I believe that is the one that prevents her from casting, but means she will keep a barrier when she has the orb. Anor sidesteps and gives it to the stowaway. Gets rid of it. Kor with a huge power cast there from Snadra. Suddenly no one back to defend. Rookie returns. Anor sets up a portal to give herself infinite stamina when she sends someone through. Retreating with Snadra. Or through the portal, but gets banished. And Anor's throw Makes it in here for 20. Rookie speeds ahead and gives it to Almer. Almer can't avoid the Snatcher cast. Or, couldn't decide what he wanted to do with it, and then Anor teleported to the orb. There is that crazy legendary talisman cast coming from the Savages. It means that whenever the cast hits a barrier, it will bounce unpredictably, reflecting in numerous different directions. And, well, Anor was able to banish with it. Or through that portal, giving him infinite stamina there on his demon, setting up the Jody plunge for 30. Ruki wins the race to the orb and passes it back. But Snadra on a banishing spree. Nor with the Ninja Savage strats and takes it all the way into the pipe. Is that a throw? Or is that a... Okay, that was a throw. For a second there, it looked like Anor threw it and then did a Ninja Savage immediately afterward and might have actually turned that into a plunge. Ruki waits for it, then jumps in. Almer banishes one defender, then goes down. He has an interesting color for his raiments, both of them being Anor's second savage. But no one on Anor's team back to defend at the moment. Now Almer returns. He is, of course, the one with that unpredictable cast that bounces off those barriers. Sakor proceeding with caution here. And there it is, the deflecting cast, able to get rid of Jody there. Hard to rely on it, but Anor has made it work on a few occasions here. Now throws it in for 20. Snadra versus Ruki. Ruki goes down, but passes it with Bright Wisp. Almer goes down. Snadra shoulder smashes the defender, then banishes one of the other defenders. Puts Anor on the move with Almer. Has some room here. Runs out of stamina, but waits to get it back. Does go down. Oh, and Snadra's just hanging out there. 20 damage on the plunge and also 10 leech for core. Stowaway. Oh, look at that! Ninja Savage passing style. It looked like it was going to be the Stowaway, but then she went down and Almer said, alright, I'll pick up where you left off. And that drops score down to 15, which does mean next score for Anor may be all she needs here. But no one on the field at the moment. And it's Snadra plunging for 20, which again, she is Core's character that has leech, so that brings Core back up to 25, which means Core is now safe. It would take Anor at least 2 scores to get Core down to 0. Whereas Core at this point, with Jody at least, is capable of finishing off Anor. Or keeping Messenger and back to defend, switches to him at the last second. And still has Jody there. As we were saying, she is certainly, by far, Core's most dangerous character at the moment. Or... oh, gets it back to Jody. And the sneaky walk straight into the Pyre and watch the defender leap over me, Strat, for the win.
Good game.
GT.
Is complete.
Alright, let's head on back. Chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see for the next one. We have a song. That much is already locked in. So it'll be Never to Return Accusers. There we go. Anything else besides the song? Alright, Anor says good for about 3 or 4 more. Okay. So, let us know, chat, if there's anybody who's thinking they might want to swap in for Anor once she's done. Alright. Why don't we get started on this one, though? Oh, this is fitting. We have never to return Accuser's Edition, and we're in the Accuser's home arena. No other requests, though. So it is up to you guys what else you'd like to do. And perhaps, for that reason, Anor is going with Lendl first. No way of knowing if that's why she took him. Thor instead going with Snadra, so it is Nomads in the first spot for both players. And we've seen Core go with triple Nomads on at least a couple occasions here, but now Anor going with a double Nomad. Maybe looking to take a third with her last pick. Oh man. Could it be that we are in for a triple Nomad showdown? At least for Anor, the answer is yes. Will Core switch it up? Playing some mind games with us? But does eventually settle for a third and final Nomad. So yes, triple Nomad versus triple Nomad, which is fitting. In the Accuser's arena, with the Accusers never to return. And I imagine we will see a lot of banishments here. At least for a moment there, Lendl was the only character out there on the field. Anor with Snadra. She goes down. Snadra for Core. Goes down as well. Lendl banished, and now Core defenseless for the next few seconds. Anor opts to bring back friends, though, rather than go straight for the orb. Perhaps she thought she didn't have time to do that. Core has it now with Headwind. Brings back Snadra. Snadra. Power casts. Lots of banishments on both sides. Lendl, only one back now. Core with reinforcements to defend. Titan Tooth stuns. And that slows Core down. And now gives Anor the chance here. Saw her on previous occasions opt to bring back teammates, but now does have enough time to throw this one in for 20. More power casts. So we'll see a lot of players trading characters as they have done many times before and continue to do here. Now it's last of Core's characters, but now gets Lendl back. Lendl on a banishing spree here for Core. Has the orb, is he quick enough? Runs out of stamina, hops in, and he does have both 20 damage and leech for Core. So I believe he is Core's preferred scorer. Headwind. To Lendl. Brings back a friend. Lendl, oh, can't avoid the cast. Core banishes one, Anor banishes another, and Anor able to save that potentially scoring play and then counters for a 20 damage plunge. Nobody is safe from these Nomad casts. Nobody is safe. Snadra makes it in here. She also has leech. Lendl against Lendl. Core wins out. Oh, but can't avoid that second cast. Core brings Lendl back. Here he is. They might have just shoulder smashed each other. Core. Oh no, Anor brings someone back here, but Core still able to sneak in here for 20 damage and the leech. For a second, it looked like Anor might have gotten someone back just in time to stop that from happening. Snadra, oh, double banishment. Opportunity. Time for Core to throw it in for the full 20 damage. Lendl gets rid of Snadra. Gets rid of Headwind. Core able to bring back the other characters using Sacred Bond. Headwind now the only one left for Anor. Waits to get Lendl back. Back to Lendl. Now he's the only one, but he brings back Snadra. She goes down, as does Lendl. Suddenly Anor defenseless. Time for Core with Lendl to throw this one in. For the full 20, and that drops Anor down to just 10 Pyre life now. Both players do have some leech. So it is theoretically possible for Anor to get some Pyre life back and make it so that she is no longer one score away from going down here. But of course, at the moment at least, one more score is all the Core needs. Core stunned for a second there with Titan Tooth. Anor bringing back her friends. Oh, and Core, yes, had Snadra hanging out close to her Pyre. Making moves here with Lendl. Still has two characters next to Anor's Pyre and plunges for the win.
Good game.
GG.
Adversaries did not even come close. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Alright, well played, you two. Let's head on back and let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to see for the next one. Anything we'd like to see on this one. Let's, at the very least, reset our song here. Okay, Anor's choosing Exiles. Now, Anor, you probably remember this, but just in case, you know, we had the tournament for a couple weeks, but nothing that inherently gives you an advantage here. Players, or Exiles, Talismans. Oh yeah, I mean, no customize, of course. Always fun. Alright, so again, that means that neither player will know what characters they will have in advance. They will all get completely randomized. We'll get thrown straight into things, and we'll see. The guessing game will then begin. Try to figure out what characters, what masteries, what talismans everyone has. So let's do it. Oh, Core? What? No! No! That's not how that works. Well, anyways, let's see. Oh, well, we know that Core has the additional damage on the throws. Looks like both players experimenting a bit with their setups here. But we saw 38 on the throw from Amilda. Anor has some additional starting Pyre life that may be from Ignarius. Is that 35 that comes from the demons, or is it 25? I think it's 25. Then we have, so Ignarius, Stowaway, and Fulfred for Anor. That is somewhat similar to her preferred teams. For Core, it is Udmilda, Almer, and Barker. So a very offensive team for Core. Let's see, no Brazen Manor for Anor. And that looks like Anor has the exploding saplings. I think I might have just seen that happen. And Bright Wisp on, is that Almer? For Core, I believe. That means he will automatically pass it whenever Almer has the orb and gets banished. Oh, an aggressive plays here from Udmilda, although the randomly spawning sapling happens to take her out. Barker trying to cause some problems there near Anor's Pyre, but now Anor on the attack. She goes down, but has Mooncrest. That's actually a decent talisman for Ignarius, making him have the potential to come back more quickly. But there is the plunge there from Barker. does not have anything on the right side. That means he is 100% left side, so he has triple jump, and he can come back more quickly from banishment. That is almost the meta curve. Mooncrest triggers, that means that Ignarius comes back more quickly. Wolfred with the exploding sapling. And I believe Venor might have even gotten a banishment with it. Now it's the last of Kor's characters here. Venor with a chance here if she's quick. Oh, and has her Fang on the stowaway, as it turns out. So there you have it, extra damage when she plunges. And as we were saying before, Kor has the extra damage on the throws from Udmilda. Here is a throw that, oh, it's just wide. So both players with some extra damage talismans. In Anor's case, it's for plunging. In Kor's case, it's for throwing. So this is making for an interesting matchup here. I think both players got a fairly decent set of random Exiles, Masteries, and Talismans here. Barker down. Udmilda. Oh, and Nor places the sapling just as Kor is finishing the cast. Bounces back in Udmilda's face and banishes her. Ignarius blocked. Barker ends up in the lava. Ignarius ends up in the pyre. Udmilda, Kor, remember, wants to go for the throw. It's not any quicker than usual, but the maximum amount of damage is higher than usual. Wolfred goes down here. Oh, okay, and Nor has Numb and Gust. That's telling. So that means she has goes all the way down on the left side, as we are seeing here. When everyone is banished, that means that Kor cannot sprint, jump, throw, use any other special abilities. It means that Anor may have her preferred Wolfred setup here. Oh no, she definitely does not have the, well, we don't know if she has 10 rekindling. We know she has the exploding saps, but do we know if she has the other middle mastery on the left side? I'm not sure if we do yet. Oh, and Kor with the last minute save there, but that was the last of Anor's characters. So again, Numbing Gust triggers, slowing Kor down temporarily. Or with Barker. Has the mobility. Stowaway. Oh, everyone banished here. Once again, Numbing Gust is active then. Stowaway has it back, but she goes down. Almer. Closest one to the orb here for Kor. Gives it up to Udmilda, who opts to jump in. Oh, no, it's actually not the extra 8 damage. Throwing Talisman is the extra damage, and then I assume the reduced hope. Because we saw Kor get the extra 8 damage even when plunging there. Does mean that when Udmilda does get banished, it'll take her a very long time to come back, but now it's Almer plunging for 20. Nor on the attack, but the stowaway goes down. Here's Udmilda to Barker. Udmilda again. Blocked. Goes for a big cast here. Banishes 2 characters. Wolfred on the attack. We know Anor is comfortable doing that, but usually with Nutrition Stick. Barker makes it in. 15, as we were saying, not the full 20. He's all left side. And no prayer beads. But it means one more score, maybe all that Kor needs here. I don't think we can confirm as to whether Anor has the 10 rekindling or not. Time now for Ignarius to throw this one in for 30. And that means that now Anor could potentially finish it with 1 score here. Of course, there's a chance that somebody has the 20 rekindling talisman. You never know. Wolfred. Only 1 at the moment. Ignarius is back, but he goes down quickly. Anor keeps on pushing forward with him. Wolfred down. Stowaway's back now. Barker. Hops the other side. Hops around the pyre. And eventually does make it in. Kor's patience pays off, and that drops Anor down to 2. So surely any score would do the trick here. If Anor does not have rekindling, but again, she may have 10. Or with Almer. He jumps in. No rekindling. So that will do the trick.
Good game. I knew she didn't have rekindling.
What is the other? It's the exploding saps on
Exploding
the left
and
side.
the very fast. The the fast reload and it's bigger aura.
Okay.
And I knew she had both of those and numbing gust, so I knew she didn't have a kid.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you had all left or if you only had one of those middle masteries on the left side, because I knew you had the exploding, but I forgot what the other one on the left side in the middle is.
Yeah, I had all left Barker.
Yeah. Mastery-wise, I'm not as sure what you guys had.
I didn't have Serpent Swiftness. I had Quick Cast. Sudden Blast.
Oh, Stowaway was all left side for Nor, okay. The Talisman selection, though, I thought was very interesting. You guys got some pretty decent Talisman selections, considering that it was completely random.
I don't know what I had for Barker.
Who was it that you... It wasn't Barker that had the Bright Wisp, it was Almer?
No, it was Almer.
Okay, it was Almer.
And then I had Astral Eye, obviously.
Alright, we have a song request here, Forbidden Knowledge.
Can we do my request?
Yes, you had an Exiles request, right?
Yeah, well,
Oh, the 155.
150.
Right. I don't know.
It's okay. I'll do an Exiles request. Lid, you pick.
Alright. Fair enough. No idea. Yeah, I wasn't as sure what talismans you had in Nor. I think it was much more obvious for Core, outside of the Mooncrest, which actually made a lot of sense for Ignarius. So that was another lucky one. Alright, so let's get this one started then. So apparently I am picking the Exiles. Oh, well, I mean, we are at the Isle of Kalamer. Oh, except we forgot to turn customize back on. Hold on. I forgot. And, well, perhaps things have changed. So we went from one chaotic arena to another chaotic arena. Alright, and I mean, if I'm picking the Exiles, then I think I know what I'm doing here. And you can probably guess. Let's see, first one for Anor. Your first Exile is Orlek. If you didn't know from the get-go, then you know now. I think I'm only picking Exiles, right? You guys are still picking Masteries and Talismans?
Yeah, only Exiles.
Okay, so yeah, Nor, you can take whatever you want on Orlek. Of course, you guys don't know what's coming in the next spot, so you have to try to predict what I might give you. But let's see, for this one, Core, you will have Ignarius. Goes with the Web Lanthorn, okay? Anor went with the speed on Orlek. Okay, for this one, Anor, I will give you one guess. Oh yeah, it's Ignarius. It's Ignarius as well. Don't worry, you may have time to get Jody. You may have time to get Jody. This will be Orlek for you, Core. Okay then, sure, you want Jody? You can have Jody. Alright then, we'll mix it up a little bit here. Core, you go Viz Palette with your last one. Alright, so here we go. It is an all-demon showdown, of course, featuring Orlek on the boat, which means I am very much expecting for both players to be going for some serious slam dunks. I don't care who finishes with 0 Pyre Life. What I want to see is who gets the longest slam dunk, and that is a good start. That was Orlek, and I do think he is generally the best at the job. So we will see. Ooh, that was a decent start there. Recorded, of course, it is Orlek. He's knocked back and banished, though. So, of course, Honor is without Orlek for this round. He plunged without prayer beats. Boy, that was not very far, but man, you got serious ups on that one. Now, once again, just the height of these jumps. Very impressive. Now it's Core. Oh, we lost the orb. Still has someone over here. That means Honor is defenseless. So the question is, does Core go for the easy score? Does he try to get the full arena slam dunk? And I do appreciate the effort. I do appreciate the effort. Oh, nearly there. Now just Orlek. He makes it in. And he does have Leech as well. Out to Nor. Ooh, big jump there. Follows up with the plunge. Orlek for Core. Nah, Orlek can jump farther than that. He has it back. And he jumps in for 25. And that Leech. Whoa! There goes Orlek for Nor. Oh, not Ignarius. Well, I mean, the orb is on top of Honor's Pyre. So Core has no choice but to plunge here for 30. Once again, Honor's just got these crazy long-range jumps with Orlek at the start of the round. Honor has it back. Here's Ignarius. Honor's last character here, and there is another long-range dunk. Ooh, it's Core with a high jump there. Oh, Honor's looking for that extra burst after going over that water, but didn't get it. Does make it in here, though, for 25 damage. That drops Core down to 26, which means that normal demons can finish the job for Honor, but Orlek cannot. But of course, Orlek is out for this round. So that means if Honor scores here for full damage, then that will do the trick. And there is Jody, brute forcing her way through, but Core getting some people back. It's Vizpaleth trying to defend, but she is outnumbered. Oh, and there's Jody, sneaks past for the winning plunge.
Good game.
GG.
Performance, I must say. The rite is complete.
Alright, well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
Okay, and let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to see for this next one. And just to check in with chat, is there anyone else who would like to hop in here? Because I know Honor was saying that she was looking to swap out in a little bit, and Core's been soldiering on for quite a while here, so Core might need a break as well at some point. But if not, and it looks, if not, then perhaps these will be our last two players for the night, in which case, you know, before people do head out, we might want to set these two up for our liberation rite.
Yes, I was here the entire time.
Core has been going non-stop, exactly. So yeah, chat, if there is anyone else who'd like to hop in, then of course, happy to get you in once either of these players is looking to swap out. But if not, then that just means let's have these two do the liberation rite in a little bit. Because I'm not seeing, I think, of our usual participants, I think everyone has that falls under that category, at least that I've seen in chat today, has already played. So unless we get someone back in, and we do a matchup that we did not previously see today, then we may have these two be our last players of the night. If that is the case, then just to check in with you two, I guess, you know, Nora, I think you were saying maybe a couple matches ago that you were thinking 3 or 4 more would be as many as you'd be looking to do. So, I don't know, does that mean a couple more for you now at this rate? Because if we're thinking just 2 more, then that would mean this might be our penultimate ride. Hey, Cam. How's it going? I mean, Cam, if you want to hop in here, you're welcome to do so. We're just talking about how if we don't have someone new in, then maybe we'd go with Anor and Core and have them do our liberation rite. Maybe not right now, but at least in a little bit before one of them has to go. But if you do want to hop in, Cam, then perhaps we can have you be one of those 2 people that finishes us off with a liberation rite. I do not know what that means, but I will nod my head and say, ah, yes, of course. So in that case, it sounds like these may be our last 2 players tonight, in which case, in respect of Honora saying that, you know, it's getting late for her, and she was thinking maybe just a few more, why don't we have this be our penultimate ride? There's Pam Feet when we need it? No, we're not getting Pam Feet. Pam Wave is enough. Pam Wave will do the trick. The whole point of Pam Wave was that Pam doesn't have hands. Pam Feet doesn't make sense, because Pam has feet. So, anyways, I think this will be our penultimate rite in that case, which means our last rite in which we'll take requests. So if there is anything you want to see between these 2, then this is your last chance to make it happen. So let us know. Let us know if you would like to see anything in particular between these 2. Alright, Surviving Exile. So we have a song. Anything else? Or will that be all? Looks like that'll be it. In which case, let's get started.
The Tempers shall take on the Pyre Hearts. Welcome.
Alright, so it's the Ridge of Gold, and we don't have any other requests, so that means you guys are free to take whatever you'd like. I mean, if you had anything else in mind, Anor, we theoretically can still make it happen. No, okay, no worries. I mean, like, technically, when we're still on the squad selection screen and nobody has taken a character, you know, you can still lock in an exile or what have you. But now that we've got 1 exile selected, let's carry on. Core is going with the stowaway, it would seem. Oh, I see. Yeah, I wondered, after you took one of the original trio, if perhaps, given the song that we have for this match, that you might opt to go... Well, I won't spoil it. But, you know, I see what direction you're headed in. That's not something we see every day, though. A speedy stowaway. So it was Headwind first for Anor. Now it's Speedy Jody. Then Titan Tooth Gilman in the second spot for Core. And my suspicion was, given how Anor requested what is functionally the theme for Rookie, Headwind, and Jody, the original trio, that we might see Anor take the original trio. And once again, Anor going with an exploding Rookie. Not something we used to see very often, but you know, I suppose it could be a thing. There are some similarities between an exploding Cur and an exploding Worm, which tends to be the class that we see use the Vengeful Vow most often. And last one for Core will be a Power Casting Snadra. And here we go. Of course, Headwind also using that power casting setup with Gold's Bracer, but here comes Core. The throw is just short. Anor picks it back up. Has it with Jody. Back to Rookie. Oh, and he ended up right next to the Pyre, but said, you know what, I'll just explode. I'll just explode. Gilman. Oh, he gets shoulder smashed, but his throw still makes it in. Headwind, oh, just missed the cast on the stowaway, but she does go down, comes back, and throws it in for 20. Stowaway, banished. Headwind down. Gilman back to the stowaway. Stowaway blocked. Jody blocked, and Titan Tooth, or is that a double Titan Tooth? No, a single Titan Tooth. Rookie suddenly had it. Oh, it looked to be a clean path to the Pyre, although Snatcher was just hanging out back there, hiding behind her Pyre. She fooled me. I didn't see her for a minute. Once again, Core blocked, but still gets the throw off. Stowaway. Banished, but has false steps, so she comes back and throws in for 20. Stowaway. Banished before she can do any of her false step shenanigans. So it's a Titan Tooth Gilman instead. And he stuns Anor and then follows up with this 15 damage throw. Four. Back with the stowaway. Yeah, Anor, you... looks like your controls got switched around or something.
Yeah, I was a bit confused.
That looks odd. Let's double check here. That looks weird.
Wait, can you not move?
You're stuck.
Wait.
Hold on a second. Yeah, let's resume here just for a second. Let's just test for Anor. Like, what can you and can't you do?
Oh,
now you can move. Odd. That's very strange.
Wait, you can't do what? You can't pass?
Can you... what? Can you switch exiles?
You couldn't pass a turn?
Huh. Like, are you stuck on Headwind right now? Yes, you are. Weird. That is extremely weird.
Whoa, is that like some stunning claim bug?
I don't know. I don't think we've ever seen that before. Anor cannot switch characters. Even when you have the orb, still can't pass it?
Can you press space or something? Or no? Or is that jump? Okay. Maybe try switching controls and see what happens.
Yeah, let's... I mean, of course, the easy answer is to say, well, you know, we can uninvite, reinvite you would be one potential answer, but let's try switching the settings, maybe to an alternate control setting and then back, or no, we'll give it a shot here. Let's give it a go. So if we just go to like this, and then WSD is your usual one, right, Anor, and then you switch, yeah.
Maybe try pressing X or Z. Your mouse doesn't respond.
What?
Is it Steam Remote Play? No.
I mean, this is Anor moving here. That's odd. Huh.
Great game, by the way.
You can click, and let me just see if remote play is clearly doing anything out of the ordinary here. I mean, you're supposed to still have mouse and keyboard control. Remote play is, in theory, behaving as intended. But yeah, why don't we uninvite you and reinvite you? I think that is perhaps the most likely way for us to resolve what may be a bug. I'm not sure. Or what the exact origin of that issue was. But I don't think we've ever seen that happen, where someone has just not been able to switch characters. Might need to look into that. I mean, it's odd if it is something that is actually caused by a specific thing in-game that we didn't, for some reason, come across it previously. But Anor should be back in here. Yeah, sorry, I was moving my mouse for a second there, but... Alright, if you are good to go, I'll count you guys down. I'll give you a 3, 2... Well, actually, why don't we just go in first here and just see if Anor can do the thing she's supposed to do? Okay, switch characters. Okay, so it looks like Anor is back. Okay, thank you. Alright, let's go. Shall we pause, and then I'll give you guys a countdown? Yeah, just head back. There you go. To your neutral positions. Alright, so I'll give you the countdown. I'll go 3, 2, 1, go. And I'll hit resume. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Looks like we're back to normal here. Forward the stowaway. Does go down, but again has that false step, so she does return. Jody knocks back Snadra and makes room for this 30 damage plunge. Headwinds power cast. Stowaway just sidesteps it. Oh, but she comes back after getting shoulder smash because that counts as getting banished from her jump. Stowaway banished without jumping, so she will not come back this time. Gilman trying to find the angle, and of course one score would be all that Core needs here. Jody blocked and banished. Same with the Snadra though. Oh, here comes the Stowaway for the winning score.
Good game.
The Fireheart prevails. Accomplished effortlessly, I might add. The ceremony is complete.
GG. Let's head on back. And chat, let us know if there's anyone else who wants to jump in here. It looks like we were saying before, perhaps these will be our last 2 characters, in which case, I think we are about to enter Liberation Rite Protocol. And so with that in mind, let us, set our song, Never to Return, Pyre Hearts. And of course, that means we didn't really have this during the tournament, so it's been a little while, but as a reminder, for Liberation Rite Protocol, no requests for this one. We'll just have both players taking their preferred teams. Fall of Solium, Never to Return, sermon intro on, and you know, Masteries can stay as well, I suppose. And then we will see who will liberate their exile. Yeah, that's one that I think is worth checking the replay for sure. See if we can figure out why that happened.
The time is nigh, exiles. You heed the summons to the fall of Solium. Here you shall be tested by your adversary. The stars themselves shall be your witnesses. Tempers Warriors, stand prepared. Firehearts, stand prepared.
Alright, so as I was saying, this will be our final rite of the night, our liberation rites. No requests here. Both players will be taking their preferred teams. Does that mean you liberated Pam? Was that your first exile in the at the end of the previous tournament? It may have been. You know, I actually, fun fact, I proposed that idea to Thaler at the end of our first tournament, because I believe, by that metric, Orlek would have been the exile liberated at the end of the first tournament, and I thought, you know what? We were talking about potentially banning Orlek for the next one. Maybe that could be a way to make it happen. So, the idea was thrown around a little bit. But no.
Sir Gilman.
So it's Volfred first for Anor, it was Gilman first for Core. Now, ooh, Anor going with an offensive Tizo there, the extra damage. And Core going with a Feral Curse Bertrand, meaning that you'll be able to transform all of Anor's exiles into defenseless Howlers once during this rite, giving him what is more or less a free score. Also took the Quick Throwing Talisman. Of course, Chrome Throw is unblockable. That is perhaps why Anor is opting to take the same talisman here. Did not go all the way down for that salute, though. And last exile for Core. Looks like it'll be a Sacred Bond Snadra, additional starting Pyre Life. Here we go, our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite between Anor on the left as the Tempers and Core on the right as the Pyre Hearts. Best of luck to you both. And there it is. GG. Well played, you two.
Good game.
Their adversaries in the end. Thus ends the liberation rite.
Alright, and like we said, that was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. Thank you everybody who played with us today. Thank you everybody who gave us the requests in chat. And it's not very often we see the tempers on that final screen, right? Ramboot, yes. But, I am going to jump out of Discord here. I will see you guys next week, though. Adios. Alright, but I'm not done with you yet, chat. No. Let me just quickly give these guys the boot. Oh, no, they've already left. I'm not holding them prisoner within Pyre for the rest of their lives. Let's see. So, of course, this was Pyre Community RITE Night, which we are doing every Sunday. And for those of you who are not yet in the Discord group, but are interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, of course, the best way to do so is by joining the RITE Club Discord server, which you can do by clicking on, if I spelled it correctly, which I feel like I didn't, but apparently I did, that link right there. That is the best way to get more involved in this multiplayer Pyre action. My name is Lids. I'm hosting these RITE Nights. Other than that, I am also streaming Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition on Fridays, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer on Saturdays, and then obviously RITE Night on Sundays. Then also sneaking in some Path of Exile streams during the week whenever we can. Then on YouTube, Vids there as well, posting the VODs for those streams. So if you missed anything, like say, I don't know, our tournament the last couple of weeks, then you can catch that there. The final is live on YouTube as of today, so definitely check that out if you've not yet done so. Then, other than that, also doing some Gwent videos, the Witcher-themed card game, new events for that coming out every week. Then also some Thronebreaker, the Gwent campaign, doing videos for that as well. And then, might try to sneak in a Path of Exile build guide this week for the first time ever, because, well, I've got some time off next week for Thanksgiving. Then, let's see. Other than that, if you haven't done so already, of course, you can hit the follow button, get a notification when I'm live. Also follow me on Twitter, @LidsVids. I would say I'm live as well. But the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is actually by clicking on, or joining, my own Discord server, which you can do by clicking on this link right here. But that's going to be it for me. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And I'll catch you next time.